How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Let me make sure my green screen is up and running. How are we doing? How are we looking? We're looking fairly decent. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Everybody, how's it going, boys? How's it going? It feels like it's been a while, huh? Dude, Thursday, last night, yesterday, longest day of my life. Oh my god, I ended up staying so late Wednesday night through morning. I stayed up till like what, I think 5, 6, or 7 in the morning because I was having too much fun with WoW, and eventually I had to get a video up and running. And then on Thursday I woke up at like 3 p.m. I don't feel good about that either. I feel bad saying that, dude. I mean, I'm not really like somebody with like some strict schedule or whatever, but I know there's a lot of people that are, you know, a lot of people that watch this channel are military, disciplined. You know, they wake up at 7 in the morning, get the grind going. They just want to come home and enjoy a little bit. And here's my ass waking up at 3 p.m. and I feel bad every goddamn time. But oh my god, Thursday was a good relaxation day for me. How's it going? No, just a PvP battle. It's pretty awesome though. You know, on my server, which is Illidan, we don't ever have enough people to get Battle Najatar going anymore. I love it. I fucking love it, and I think it would be so much easier to do since I have flying now. You know, get to all the fly points or path points or whatever, and it'd be kind of cool to just get like right on top and just snipe people as they're trying to fly in with our mount and watch them dismount and fly down. How is everybody doing though? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. Yeah, I'm just gonna just saving a thumbnail because I'm bad at what I do. Let me get the music back up and running, boys. Let me get the music back up and running. Sorry if I'm all disheveled looking. Man, it's I don't want to complain, so I'm not gonna. I've been having a day, so let's get everybody up and running. How is everybody doing in the chat? Who do we got? We got our boy Atho. We got Marcelian. Wait, American Jesus? Is that what it is? Bored out of my mind, waiting for a tank to join a Mythic Plus here. Man, are you EU or NA? Waiting for a tank, guy. Are you EU or NA, my boy? Yo, I'm not a good tank, but I could help you, dude. It's been a while. Like the queues for Mythic Pluses for me when doing randoms, especially my main. I've been taking a while, man. Honestly. Here we go. I think that's good enough. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Let me get the let's get AU going. Let's do that, okay? I'm so sorry. I'm so late to what I'm doing. It's gonna take me a second to get things back in a roll. Let's get World of Warcraft opened up though. Let's get AU started, okay? While I'm doing this really here. Bam and 1. Okay. Oh. Okay, now we're here. BFA patch 8.2 has been taking so much of my life out of the daily thing that I do here. So much of my life because there's so much to do. Like, I'm actually playing the game. I'm actually playing the game. And at this point, it's like I'm actually behind on videos. Not because I don't have the footage. Not because I don't have ideas. Well, there's some ideas that I'm actually waiting for, like class guides and stuff. I'm wanting a bit more information to come out before I make it. But I'm just too busy playing the game. And I think it's probably the best time. The best thing about World of Warcraft is when you're so busy. It's hard for you to just get away from the game. And the game is keeping you from getting your work done. I think that is probably the best time to be enjoying World of Warcraft. So while I'm complaining here, I actually kind of love it. Honestly, patch 8.2 has been probably the best goddamn thing ever. And we haven't even gotten to the raids yet. We haven't even gotten to the raids. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Alright, boys. Now I'm here. Now I'm focused. Now we can get the duels going. I am here. I am mentally here. I'm paying attention. I just got my stuff done. That's a DM. I'm gonna put the DM away. Fucking let's go. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Woo! It feels like it's been a while, dude. You take one day off for a Thursday and you're done. Are you doing 5-5s in EU or NA? Today is Friday. Today is always. Fridays are always for the EU. But, that's a big but. I've had NA viewers and players that join these duels ask me if possibly there's a chance for NA to play later today. And I'm okay with that. Maybe like at the end of, after giving EU a full 2 hours of gameplay, hop on NA for a couple of games. I'll be perfectly okay with that. So if you guys want to hang out in the chat, hang out, see if there's a group going to be forming at any moment. Yeah, possibility. I've had a bunch of people ask me, so if there's enough numbers, if there's simply enough bodies on the floor, then we can get an NA group going as well. What's up, Purple Haze? What's up, Fane? How you doing, my guy? Chaos, how you doing, dude? Hello, hello. I really like playing Red Pally in dungeons, but I want to level fast. Should I be tanking or having fun? You know what? In comparison, just have fun with the game, man. Have fun doing what you do. If you want to try tank, do it because you want it. Outside of that, just play whatever you like, man. That's what it really comes down to. I started playing Outlaw because of Dalaran. It's super fun. Boy, my man. I'm glad you enjoying it, dude. No one can survive against the D100. D100s are pretty nutty. Let's get a first duel going of the day. First duel of the roundup. Let me also create a post. I kind of like engaging with you boys. Let me get a post going for the duels. There's a perfect picture here. Here we go. Post. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love interacting with you guys in the post. Super fun. Let me get the audio rolling so this can become a video. Let's have EU for a full day. Yours favorite NA Kappa. I know, right? I know, right, Arthur? Yes, I always favor NA all the time, boys. You know me. Oh my god. Can we stop with the DMs, please? There we go. Please, please. Alrighty. Now we're good. Switch. Who do we got on each team? We gotta take a look at, first of all, Team Dead. Oh my god, I forget that the camera starts out this way. Dead got himself with Lulu. We haven't seen Lulu in quite a while. That's a monk right there. Gladiator monk. Coming back to the game. We got Prox going up first. Actually, Shinja and Prox. Oh, it looked like those are gonna work out. But Shinja looking like a Destro Warlock, I want to say. We got Stun Slav X as an assassination. Versus who do we got? It's going to be Feral versus Feral Hamburger. We got Giant Low in here. We got Dirksbrine as Outlaw. Catchkid in the back of the Oblivious. We got a lot of these boys, but it's going to be Feral versus Feral Hamburger. It's going to be opening up in bear form off the bat. Actual plane. Not a Feral, he's actually a Boomkin. Is going to go for big cooldowns right now with Lucid. Has a lot of resources he can build up, but Prox is just going to line away from him. Hamburger even pop Thorns. Can't quite catch up to Prox, and Prox is going to want to go for a full reset. I don't think the dots are going to let him. Does try to maybe get a restart onto Hamburger for a second. Is going to be popping into that incarnation. Big damage going to come out. Prox now popping wall after his health is actually starting to go down little by little as the shield started to dissipate. Hamburger also playing the shield play style too. So that's going to be two big heals. And that's actually Prox continue to use that COS trinket, which now pacifies and not only silences, just to help reduce the use of those for melee. Gonna be a short stun onto Prox as Hamburger is just trying to get away, getting caught out in a stun, and I think that bite is gonna finish him up. That's gonna be a Boomkin down, boys, and Giant Low is, I think, oh no, I was gonna say, is he letting Prox get a reset? No, it is actually a route for Prox, just to make sure it's like, stay, good boy. And Giant Low trying to see if he can AoE him out. Not going to happen. And Prox is going to be able to establish his opener, beefing up his damage. Thorns coming out. So this is where Giant Low just simply cannot hit into him. And yet he is going to pop his cooldowns instead, getting rooted, drinking it out of the root. His health actually super low. Popping that rage regeneration just to stay afloat. That's going to be Prox using Ripple in Space Essence in order to bail out with a big teleport. Ran one direction, boarded in the other to juke out Giant Low, even catching a reset without using Incarnation. Onto Giant, back-to-back stones to follow, getting a massive bite. That's probably going to be a root. Giant Low does roll the Crucible Flame trade, but Essence, but is that going to be enough though? He's not even using it defensively, just using it offensively. Giant Low barely struggling to hang out, barely has any health left. It's going to try to Blaze Storm, try to see if it can hang angle onto Prox. Not going to happen, won't be able to find him off the side, and it's going to be up to Oblivious. Obliv on his marksman to figure out if he could deal with Prox. Prox is actually going to pick up the eyes immediately and get into Moonfire into Obliv just to take him out of stealth, and that's going to be Hunter's Mark coming out onto Prox. Going to get some kind of CC, needs to go for a double setup. Is actually going to try to disengage around the corner, not going to happen. Prox is actually going to poke out, see cooldowns, get back out of there. And Oblivion's finding a scatter shot around the corner, though. Going to be an aim shot onto Prox. Try to go for a war stop. Not going to happen. And now Prox is going to continue running. Back-to-back Swiftman is coming out for him. With a regrowth, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Oblivious. Tricking it out of that bash immediately. Going to keep the kitty out in the open as best as possible. Keeping him slowed. Going to go for a knockback. And Prox is going to go for a power shift and back-to-back. Another aim shot connects. And that's actually quite a bit of damage. Freeze and trap to put him in place. Another aim shot to follow. Prox's health is actually not looking too good. Rapid fire to chase him away. Rapid fire able to hit through the wall. Prox is going to be able to take some damage from that, but not too much. Hibernate onto the pet. Scatter shot to keep him at bay. And Oblivious is going to max range himself away from Prox, trying to keep the damage rolling for as much as he can. As a marksman hunter, he can only really get big damage whenever he gets aim shot. Prox is going to be using Ripple in space to sneak behind Oblivious. Couldn't see where he was going to go. But he does have a long ripple in space. It's a 4-second instead of a 2-second. If it was a 2-second, he'd be able to move around a lot faster. Freeze trap onto Prox. Hasn't used his trinket for this duel yet. Going to be a double tap aim shot onto Prox, dropping him down to half health in a single global. That's going to be Prox continuing to get his trinket procket onto Obliv. Regrowth coming out around the corner. Oblivious, without the pet stun like a Beastmaster Hunter survival, it is definitely going to be rough for him. Going to get a trap, a tar trap onto Prox. He's going to try to power shift around this. Enough time for the pet to get out of hibernate with a scatter shot to follow. Another aim shot getting loaded up, and it's going to make sure to take a precision shot again. Getting Prox to about half health, and it's going to keep separating him far away, not letting him get his bleeds up and running. With that freezing trap, going to be another shield onto Prox, a massive shield to keep him afloat. You would think this guy's rested. Going to be a faint death for a blip for a second. Does land a knockback onto Prox, but he does manage to get a bash, connecting shortly onto Obliv. Once he gets the dots back up and running, as long as he gets the bleeds rolling, he'll have all these PvE gear procking onto from Prox onto Obliv. Actually going to be a trinket out of that scatter shot into a stun by Obliv. Is going to be able to land that aim shot in the intro. Freezing trap to separate him, but look at the Prox happening. Obliv was just getting proc while he had Prox CC'd. Obliv was getting procced on while MML, all his trinkets, all his pants, all this PvE gear were just procking and doing damage to him. Catch could try to see he could swipe the Feral out of here, dampening, hitting it at about 5 minutes in. 1% starting to roll in. Can Kachika someone turn around? Prox is going to be popping big cooldowns here, and that's going to be Thorns on top of it. Does Kachika have Reflect for it? Is going to use Bloodthirst in order to hit the kitty. But it's not going to go Hambo damage. It's going to try to see if he can reconnect and charge and right at Prox. Prox does have a ripple space ready. Is Kachika aware of it? And Prox is going to bail way out of it. Does Cat do a big leap? Try to charge. Does leap to try to connect to him. Not far enough of a leap as he wanted. Prox is going to get back in there. Almost disrupted the opener by the Feral, and Prox is more aware of that trinket. Every time it happens, he's just going to try to get around the corner and used to dodge the little strains of purple that happen with the Crucible trinket, the spike that goes up in the air. We don't actually see it, only he sees it. But as long as he can avoid that, he won't get pacified for 1.5 seconds or whatever, which hasn't been an issue for him so far. Another chicken coming in, and you see how he's kind of trying to corner around it. That's going to be Thorns. The Kachika is going to go for a Reflect with a massive heal charge coming in off of Prox, getting a massive heal just to come back a little bit. And it's going to throw down a flame at Prox right now. Prox is going to be down on Thorns. Kachika needs to go on the offensive ASAP. He's kind of letting this Feral get resets. He's going to go for a short Blaze Storm, trying to see if he can AoE him out. Does actually whirlwind him out of there. So that's perfect. Kachika finally has this Feral up in front of him. Can finally go for maybe some big damage. Gonna be a trinket out of that rune just to connect with Prox. Next bash could be in. Bash coming out, and Prox is setting up all the Bleeds, trying to avoid his trinkets, not to get pacified while he's building a comp points. Another stun onto Kachika. Does he have a big bite ready for him? Kachika needs to start regenerating health. 10% dampening only sitting right now, who can still come back. Prox is finally taking quite a bit of damage with those Thorns. He's to disable Thorns ASAP, and Kachika actually was able to reflect a good portion of those Thorns. Would be better if he had Rampage, back-to-back Rampages during those Thorns, because the Rampage is a lot of little ticks of damage. Every one of those 6 would reflect back to Prox. It would have been big bursts of damage. That's going to be Prox pacified there for a second. Does pop a wall. I think it's the first time we actually see Prox popping a wall as a defensive normally. Just popping a wall just to make sure he's staying afloat. Kachika does get rooted for a second. Prox is going to get himself a heal, and that's going to be another restealth by the Feral. No, it is not. Gotcha gonna get denying the Feral openers. As long as he can hit him out before the rake connects, he'll be fine. But that's gonna be a massive stun on Gotcha. No trick available. Gonna get rooted out in the open. Bleeding out, procking on. And that's where Gotcha is in a bad spot. This is exactly where Prox wants him. Fully dotted up, letting those PvE gear proc on him really hard. And just get himself a little bit of reset. Gotcha looking to snag the eyes. Does he see the Feral? I don't think he even picked up the eyes yet. Might just want to mount up at this point. That's going to be a really, really big, really tough duel here. Feral healing equals one big choke. Dude, Feral's healing a ton right now. Oh, big leap for catching Domo. How do you not AoE procs out of there? He whirlwinded while he's leaping. That's going to be Thorns, 4 procs. Gotcha needs to go for big damage. Does have a second in rage regeneration. This duel has been going on for so long. Fear onto procs to keep him in place for a second. Waiting out this roots for a moment. Procs has full dots into Gotcha. This is where the procs for his gear used to happen. His name is Procs, and his ability and his gear procs on Cat. It's like the worst name for everything. That's going to be Cat. Stuck in the open, rooted, fully bleeding. Commanding shout coming out as the last bastion of defense. First stage tried to happen. Didn't even get a tick of that thing. And he is healing a little. Not really sure how he's healing. He was healing for a second. This way he had to go for a bit of AoE. Does get procs out with Blade Storm into short Sun. Doesn't have the Thorns. That's going to be Reflect. Had it ready for a second. Reflect was up a little bit too early. And down he goes. Procs taking out Katrigan, and last one is going to be Dirksbrine. 9 minutes into this duel, 24% dampening. Can Dirksbrine do anything as an Outlaw, which is, I would say, probably the worst spec of rogue to do it versus a Feral? That's going to be Procs bailing out of there with a ripple in space. Dirksbrine making sure to grapple up to him, trying to stay on the Feral as best as possible. Just can't let Feral get any kind of dots on him. Going to be a pre-wall out of Procs. Stun coming out by Dirksbrine. Gonna be tricked out of both of these two as they're trying to get the damage out. Barry coming out for Dirksbrine. Procs no longer has any walls, but it's gonna go into Barry form just to power shift the slows and continuing to run. Dirksbrine is melting and he hasn't even been hit. Procs put his bleeds on him once and he's just obliterated by these. Regrowth coming in. Procs, is this just unkillable? Is it just any Feral? Because we have seen so many Ferals run PvE gear, and in these duels in particular, they're just impossible to defeat. Procs is definitely one of those Ferals who's way above in a whole nother class of Feral. But Jesus, that damage and that healing. Dirksbrine trying to stay alive somehow. Does land a blind onto Procs. If he can somehow catch a full re-heal with sippy cups, he might be okay. Doesn't land the sap onto Procs. That has to go for a stun, but that's going to be Thorns on Procs. And Dirksbrine just, oh, he just left. Oh, he just left. Can you blame him? Can you really blame him? What is that healing? What is that healing? Why? Why do you heal so much? Why? Dude. Oh my god. Now, Procs is definitely a Feral above the rest, in my eyes. But there's been so many Ferals that have done exactly what he's been able to do. Just as efficiently. We've known Procs for a while. He's been playing Feral through thick and thin here on these duels. But I'm starting to get a feeling that maybe this is just too easy for Ferals right now. I'm starting to think that this is way too easy. Nerf that healing? I don't think that Blizzard should nerf it. I think that Blizzard just needs to rotate that COS PvE gear out of PvP. If they were to just literally disable all the effects of COS, just to be like, okay, that was an old raid, stop using the gear, use the new gear, then we would see a different battlefield. But then again, they kind of want people to use the gear. I don't know. We'll see how that's going to work out in a week or two. I don't know. Blizzard definitely has... I feel like Blizzard should take a look at it again. I don't know if they need to nerf it a little bit or buff it a little. Foggy got a 5 out of 5. We didn't get to play. Alright, I'll get Foggy in here. Who else? Kreiser and Zakati. The Lord's team just played. We can go now. We're gonna get Kreiser because he hit me up before Zakati. Just in that order. But we are gonna let Foggy's team go again. They're replacing MML. Not because we hate MML, but nobody in that team got to play besides the Feral. That was a really good duel. That was a really good Feral playing. That's a pro Feral right there. But Jesus. Oh, lordy. 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 Oh, my goodness. It's just skill? You think so? Without healing, Feral is nothing. It's just skill. That's why I said I don't think we should nerf the Feral healing. I think it's just PvE gear. Like if you were to take out some of the PvE gear, like the Trident, probably the tank trinket from Opulence, because that thing is nuts. Some of the PvE gear like the pants and the trinket for COS, like nerf the damage of that. I don't know. F no killing me. Oh my god. Never say to a man. How's Outlaw for PvP right now? Can they survive? Fan, I'd say Outlaw is exceptionally good right now. I've been enjoying it personally. Assassin is great. Subtlety is great. But Outlaw is just that kind of fun, man. I like it personally. The Twitch. I personally like Outlaw, but everybody's on their own. Anyway, we got another one set up for ourselves. We got ourselves our boy Chrysler coming back into his team. Chrysler coming back as a big old Destro. They did swap out the Feral MML on their team, but it looks like it's going to be Vintage instead. Or Vintage instead? Wait, hold on. There it is. It looks like Vintage, doesn't it? It's going to be a Rogue of the bat. It's going to be Monster Blade swapping out. We still have Shinji in the back. You have Stanislav, Lilu, and Dead, and Chrysler with Tafke, Vikro, Olani. So many of these classes are exceptionally good at duels. That's going to be a port out of Vintag. I want to call him Vintage. Can I call him Vintage? I feel like we just fit. Monster Blade getting hit with a leg sweep, getting clothesline, Whirling Dragon Punch to follow. Karma coming out, and Monster Blade's actually going to bail out of it. Vintag might have played his hand a little bit too early with that Karma. Is going to Dragon's Kick all the way to Monster, as the Karma is going to bail him out. Needs to get a kidney shot onto Vintag. Pretty sure he's playing Assassination. Shadow Step coming in with the kidney shot. Is going to go for the Vendetta. Tricky coming out for Vintag. Is going to land a Fist of Fury right now. Nothing Monster Blade can do about it. Does not take the damage. Is going to go for a blind. But he's popping the massive, massive Lucid Dream. That's so much energy. Once you get back in there, not going to be patient and get a hit with an incap. Inventor could just have him right now. And we're just coming out, trying to see if he can get a big damage. And Whirling Dragon Punch, and Monster Blade goes down. That was an Assassination Rogue that just couldn't quite hold it, man. He just needed to go, dude. He had to go. It was like, oh, I got to get him. Oh, I gotta get it. Stanislav opening up with a Garo, just trying to peel back. And it's gonna go for full Vendetta onto Vintage right now. Oh, Vintech right now is gonna go for a full kidney shot. Gonna drop him so low, no Karma available. Vintech could be done right here. Trying to see if he can get Port coming out. Is trying to separate himself from Stunny. Is gonna leg sweep him, but that's not gonna be enough. Stanislav damage is way too much. Vikro is up next. Fist of Fury trying to lock him out. Is gonna trick it out of that into a kidney shot. And this was Stanislav is going to be able to separate themselves. Just try to get out of the nice blind to force out a trinket. But Vikro out here with the frying pans in the back. He's literally with the frying pans. Lexip and Slav. And Slav is going to go for that evasion right now. Is going to try to see if he could face Vikro so that evasion can go through. Playing the Crucible Flame and use that defensively. But using that Crucible Flame defensively, at least putting it on cooldown, is a good thing because you can get a version 3 of it very early. Gonna be a Fist of Fury locking about. Does land a Shadow Step Kidney just to disrupt the Fist of Fury, but Slav is still playing this very defensive. Vikro is stunned right now. Could use the mobility in order to catch up. Is gonna who just did that? Someone just did. Wait, was that Vikro's? Did Vikro play that? That might have been Vikro actually. Okay, it looked like one of the guys on the other team did something. Okay. I think that's a weird choice. Really? Protocol? Purification Protocol is your choice? I don't think it does a lot of damage. I mean, the proc used to be really strong, but I think the nerf sense. Kidney shot coming out onto Vikro, and Stunny is still playing very defensive. Just putting up bleeds onto Vikro, letting him bleed out, has a Pharaoh play. Minus the Pharaoh trinkets and PvE gear. Gonna be a leg sweep onto Slav, but Vikro doesn't have images to work for it. So Stunny is actually just gonna wait it out. Gonna be a Ring of Peace trying to boop him in there. And Stunny is gonna use his poison knife in order to slow down Vikro, keeping the poison afloat. Trying to shadow step him. Gonna be getting the shot onto Vikro. Does Stunny have any damage to follow? Is gonna Toxic Blade in there. That touch of death is gonna proc on Stunny though, but he do so. Oh, actually vanishing it before it happens. That's gonna be Vikro getting him out of stealth. Actually, Stunny is gonna use his Crucible Flame to keep himself afloat. Vikro does have images available though. Is gonna actually play. It looks like he does play the Purification Protocol. I don't think it does a lot of damage in PvP. Stanislav still holding on to that trinket. Fist of Fury is gonna put him in a bad spot. Shadow Step Kidney in. Vikro, can he get enough damage in? Few seconds left for that trinket. For Vikro has Karma if he needs to. It's gonna pop up a massive defensive, and it's gonna try to stay on Stunny as best as possible. In capital Stunny. Trying to see if he can land a couple of Vivifys. Could be anyone's game. Vikro's health is super dangerously low. Stanislav could end them in a Seagull and Venom with a Vendetta if he wanted to. Continue to use Crucible Flame for a self-heal. Just to stay afloat. 4 minutes into the game. About 1 minute left before we get Dampening rolling in. Gonna be killing the shot out to Vikro before Stunny, who did die. Gonna be a blind to separate the monk away from the rogue, and Stunny does get to reset. Now there's gonna be Vikro, a monk without a trinket at all. Vendetta available for Stunny. Looks like Mark Verdez should be available as well, and I think it's gonna be one dead monk right here. As long as Stunny doesn't mess up, he cooldown. Actually, almost messed up his opener. Almost gave Vikro a global in order to Fist of Fury him down, and does take him out. Did have a pretty stacked up Crucible to just throw into the Vendetta, and down he goes. Next up is gonna be Chrysler Dad. Chrysler Dad with a Succubus Garrote coming out. That's actually gonna be Kenneth shot and trading now the Succubus CC onto Stunny. And maybe Chrysler can get some damage in. Is gonna land a Cataclysm before Stunny runs out with a Conflag to keep him in place. This is where Chrysler could go for a setup. Try to see if he can land a Fear, but for Stunny, being able to sit behind a pillar is gonna be very important. The better he sits behind the pillar, the more he sits behind the pillar, the better it's gonna be for him. It's going to be playing the Harlan's Dice trinket. I kind of like it for assassination. That's a good trinket. Killer shot coming out onto Chrysler, and Stunny's actually using his Crucible Flame offensively just to do damage to Chrysler. Not going to be a pet CC for that one, but it's going to land the horror into Fear. It's the trinket coming up for Stunny. ASUS cooldowns coming out of Chrysler. Did spook the rogue out of there with his Dark Soul and stability. And Stunny is out there. Stunny Slav just trying to run. Conflict to keep in place. Cataclysm to follow. Does pre-feign it. That's going to be at least a dot burning on him. Kidney shot coming out onto Chrysler. Going to trick it out of it. Can Chrysler go for a Chaos Bolt? Vanish coming in for Stunny. Does have a dot rolling on him though, but that's going to be Rain of Fire in one corner. And Chrysler is now without a trinket. Needs to play the Succubus as well as he can in order to counter and open up by Stunny Slav. And Stunny needs to put some dots in the pit. Maybe it will die, and when the pit is dead, Chrysler can go down for full damage. Gonna be killing the shot, and Stunny is not actually committing damage. He doesn't want to quite do it. He was gonna tip it back towards the pillar, towards line of the side. Gonna be a Cataclysm on top of him, as both of these guys are just slowly engaging each other, just making sure to put some dots, but not really committing big damage just yet. Stunny hasn't played his hand yet. Gonna be an Infernal coming down. Kill shot is coming down for Stunny immediately. That stun just didn't last that long with an Infernal. And Chrysler just needs to wait this out. Get a shot coming out. No trinket available for that one. Is going to go for a pet CC. And that Infernal actually... That Infernal died so fast. What just happened? That Infernal passed away. Did Chrysler disable the Infernal so that the pet CC can go through? Because Infernal radiates AoE damage. I think that might have been what happened. So now it's Chrysler without a trinket. Does then a horror effect into a Fear onto Stunny. Maybe now he gets some Chaos Bolt, some damage in there. Shot of Fear to follow. Doesn't get the Shot of Fear. Going to be shot up for Stunny. It's going to go for big damage. Wall coming out for Chrysler early. Just to tank up a little bit early. Doesn't have the pet CC to follow for him. Is going to go for a little bit of a ripple. Yeah, he is going to ripple out of there. Trying to see if he can reposition. Does land a short Fear to Stunny with a Chaos Bolt to follow. Actually responding back with big aggression, with big damage of his own. Does let him Maledict go to Stunny Slav. And it looks like the Maledict is not allowed him to re-heal. Almost lands a Cataclysm around the corner, but not quite. Stunny making sure to keep the dots rolling into Chrysler. Makes me wonder if he's going for Wound Poison or Deadly Poison. Could be Pet CC right here. Gonna be a trinket. No, was that a trinket out of Chrysler? It was a racial out of Chrysler. Trying to see if he can get some damage to Stunny. Is gonna go for Dark Soul. Horror effect onto Stunny Slav. He's gonna trinket out of it. Trying to stay away from Chrysler. 2-minute cooldown. Gonna be able to trade trinket for that every single time. Chrysler is going to have a trinket. No, actually not going to have a trinket for quite a while. He just uses racial. He's not going to have a real trinket for a bit. Stanislav getting a Vanish Garrote just to slow down and silence Chrysler. The pet, I don't think it's even going to be able to get the CC off. Forcing out the safety trinket out of Chrysler. Dismantling this Warlock little by little. Stanislav. So far, he's in the game. It's 8 minutes in. We are 80% dampening. And Stanislav's health is doing better than that of Chrysler. Playing it very carefully. Running out only when he has a setup. Kidney shot coming out. That could be the end to Chrysler. That's going to be, oh, massive Chaos Bolt to the face. That's all he's really got. And Chrysler died to the dots. Stunny didn't even give him a chance. Oh, my God. Tafke. Looking for Stunny. Walk right next to him. And you sap Lulu. I don't know what Lulu was trying to do just now. Back up, Lulu. Back up. They're still dueling out here. Oh my God. Orc Racial. Dude, that Orc Racial. So Orc Racial, I think, is what helped him against that Infernal. Because that Chaos Bolt after the Infernal would have hit. But that was a Cloak of Shadows immediately. That helped him by a little bit. But there's not a lot of stuns out of Chrysler. It's not a lot of them, man. Not a lot of them. So we have ourselves a rogue duel. 8 minutes in. We're going to hit the 10-minute mark with a high dampening. So any kind of healing from here on is going to be really bad. Stunny is actually trying to try to speed up the duel. He's like, all right, rogue, get out of here, man. Get at me. You know where I'm at. is going to get sapped up. Just going to let him open up. He's feeling pretty confident after taking out the insane Warlock Chrysler. Cheap shot to follow. TAFK is trying to get some damage up and running. Sunnyslav is going to go for trading dots. Nobody's popping cooldowns yet. Going to be a stun onto TAFK early. That's going to be a counter stun by TAFK onto Slav. And Slav is actually going to bail out of there. Feint, heal, and TAFK burning that evasion and Cloak of Shadows. That's massive cooldowns. So next time Sunnyslav wants to go with a Vendetta cheap shot, kidney shot on him, he's not going to have an answer for it. Stunny is going to go for evasion early as TAFK has a Vendetta rolling. Is going to go for that Lucid Dream, trying to buff himself full of energy. Not gonna happen with Stunny as he's gonna go for a Vendetta and actually gonna take out TAFK. And kidney shot. Cheat Death came out, does land a blind on Stunny, but still the dots are rolling. TAFK could still be dead. How's your health doing, buddy? Still has a Vendetta rolling. Oh, tricking out of Stunny just to land that Venom in there. And Olani is next up. Does land a shortest stun in the world onto Stunny. Going to be a counter kidney onto the Feral. And Stunny is going to play defensively a little bit now. Trying to see if he can catch a reset versus the Feral. That's going to be a little fight. That's going to be very, very hard, man. Assassin sleep. Subtlety awoke. So Assassin, you can definitely play Assassin like a Feral. Like very, very carefully. I got to give Sunnyslav the break, man. He did really, really good. Chrysler generally claps out rogues fairly easily. So he played really carefully. I understand why people would want to play carefully, but I really love seeing people play like really brazen, really going out there. But maybe Slav can do it. Once he gets a trinket out of Olani, so far he hasn't been able to manage to do that. Another he's been able to do is manage to catch a restealth using a Warlock Gateway, trying to see if he can get away from a Feral. Can he catch a restealth? Does land a blind onto Olani as he does get a big bite. Is that going to be the end to Slav? Is going to be able to restealth onto Olani and sap him. But past that, I don't think he could really do anything. Landing that concoction, that's going to give him a Warlock Hellstone too. Massive heals for Slav, tried to recover in health. Still needs to force the defensive out of the Feral. Actually getting reopened by the Feral instead. Could that be the end to the rogue? Get the shot onto Olani. He's never going to trick at anything. And Slav is just going to try to see if he can outlast his damage. Try to outlast the bleeds of a Feral. If Olani has any PvE gear, doesn't manage to AoE Slav. He did get himself like a rip or thrash, and that's where Slav is going to go mounting up, try to see if he can stay ahead of Feral. Olani could try to bail out around him. You know, instead going to mark him with a Moonfire just to keep him out of stealth. Shadow Step coming out for Stunny. Does land a kidney shot onto Olani. Olani again, just not trinket this ever. Stanislav might just have to Vendetta into him just to force the trinket out. He might just have to. Kidney shot, Vendetta, evasion, and just truck as much damage as he can. And then maybe find a blind reset. Is going to pop evasion. I would just go full damage here. This is where defenses are coming out for Olani. Not going to sit in cat form. For that, just going to wait it out. Thorns or rubs. Slav just doesn't have a lot of options. What he can do, does pre-feint this damage. Trinkets out of the bash immediately. He has to land another kidney shot onto Olani and maybe go for some big damage. Probably wasted his opportunity. He's going to get another Warlock port out. But a rune is going to keep him in place. I think you're done, son. The blades are coming for you. Does get a Cloak of Shadows rolling. Got you to resell for just a second. Cheap shot onto Olani. He still has a force of trinket. And Slav does go down to the bleeds. You played that really well, my guy. But at that point, I feel like you just had to go a little bit more brazen, a little bit more aggro against the Feral. Like, really force some real trinkets out of him. Jesus, dude. These rogues, man. Sometimes they play way too safe. You know what I mean? Rogue only 1v5? Hell yeah, dude. What's up, boys? A rogue plus pillar equals gay. Yeah, I really like watching people when they go absolute hambo. We're going to see that out of the loot today. He's going to actually bail behind the pillar. Doesn't have Fist of Fury rolling. And Olani looking to maybe close out this game. He's got 3 more people to get through him. Can he come back for Team Alliance? Thorns are down. Not going to have a chicken for a while, which is going to be bad against the Loom. If the Loom has the big leg sweep, touch of death, wombo combo rolling. Lid's actually going to play very defensively. Karma coming out into Olani, and it's going to actually Tiger's Lust out of the root just to stay on him as best as possible, trying to maximize the damage of his potential defenses that he just popped into a touch of death coming down. Going to be wall for Olani. Got you to resell for a second. Fist of Fury onto Olani. He doesn't have a way to bite at Lilu. It actually touch of death, getting comboed from the Fist of Fury. That's actually a huge amount of damage. Olani is trying to see if he can turn around. Bash onto Lilu. Does have a lot of resources ready for him. I wonder what Lucid Dream does for him. I guess a lot of chi generation, right? Like every jab generates an extra chi. They can get a lot of value out of abilities. Does get to buff those thorns off though, which is insane. Olani looking for that catch reset if he can. Can he do it though? Try to see if he can maybe get himself a Rejuve rolling, Swiftman rolling. Ring of Peace is going to block him out on one side. Does get a reopen onto Lulu. That doesn't have enough to get back-to-back bleeds though. Is going to be bled up for a second. Does get a port up and running a little bit early. He's going to catch up to Alani. He'll hit him with an leg sweep because that'd be the end of this Pharaoh right now. Fist of Fury. And he does go down. Does take it back for the team. Or that's going to be a big duels out of Stanislav. A gladiator rogue. I mean, this man is a gladiator. Like, we'll know. That's how good he's going to be. We've seen this boy before. That last teleport? Yeah. Woo, alrighty, boys. Let's get ourselves a new one going, yeah? Chat, I also do want some variety. EU, I do want to see variety. I do want to see new names, okay? So that's Foggy, that's Lord, that's Chrysler, that's Zakati. I really want to see new people, okay? New people. I want to see new names. Not just, oh, we haven't seen this guy last week. I want to see the names we haven't seen before. Get some people in here that barely ever get to play in these duels. Have them join in, man. We don't care if they're Gladiator, non-Gladiator, 2K, non-2K, NA, EU. You know, maybe they got some Korean strats. You know, fucking know. Never know. Yeah, just let them in, man. Bro, stop crying for listening to test. Oh no. Oh no. I love to how I suck. Yo, you guys are more than welcome to, man. Everybody and anybody is more than welcome to join these duels. We don't really care. This is all community based. It's all community ran. And I want the community to grow. So get a chance for everybody, man. Give everybody a goddamn chance. This group's ready, man. 20 people. Alright, let's get Zakari and the Athaman in here. Let's get Atho, man, and Zakari as the two alliance groups. Let's get him in. I need 55 neg before joining. No. You guys just need whatever gear. Oh, we got Robodrome. I haven't seen this arena. Okay, this one is going to be weird, okay? Alrighty. Switch. What do we got on HDMI? We got ourselves Clam is cute. Wait, oh, there we go. Clam is cute on Team Red. Katrikan, Trados. I just made a video about you, my guy Zerai. Coming back as Enhanced Dredon versus Team Athel Man with Gavinci in here. What's up, my man Gavinci? We got Neville in here. We got ourselves Purple Haze and Worky. Whoa, Worky went blood off. Oh, not off. Okay. Alrighty, boys. I gotta help all you out, okay? So when we start these duels, just like come down here. Come down on this line, okay? So this Team Atho come down on this yellow line. The same thing goes for Team Kachikan over here. If y'all boys wanna wait, I keep doing the wrong thing. If y'all boys come down to this yellow line when you're not dueling, because if you stand here or anywhere here, you'll get zapped. So this arena is a little weird. It doesn't actually knock you into the arena. It's just a little new. But if you're not dueling, come down into the ring, into the circle, or you will die in there. You will die. Yeah, these guys in the cog, you will die. Go into the arena, but go into this way far outer yellow line. And cool. Kachikan and Athuman are kind of letting people kind of just figure out the position. Zerai, if you want to back up, man, yellow line back here, where everybody else is at. Can somebody ask him to come back? This arena is going to be weird. It's going to be a little hard for us all to get used to. Okay? Going to be a little hard for us all to get used to. And actually, everybody who's not dueling, you guys can use any part of that yellow line, as long as you stay within yellow line. Be cool about it. Be cool about it. If you guys want to get a better angle to watch the duels, you can. I will allow for it. Gonna be Kachikan actually forcing a big defenses out of cycle. What was that? Atho actually, what was that? Atho just used some sort of a ray beam gun, and Kachikan just burned him down to such low health. What just happened? Atho, what did you just do? Atho's jumping there for joy. I have no idea what just happened. I was just trying to get the kids situated. That's going to be Kachikan at very low health. Going to get a reflect onto Atho in case Hodge's going to calm down. Atho's still staying afloat as best as possible. And trying to see if he can land on Hodge and Cat. Getting the execution sentence rolling right now. Going to be big damage for Cat. Getting the blood of the enemy. Is that going to be big judgment in there? It's going to be able to get big damage in Kachikan. It's going to pop and Rage Regen trick us out of that Hodge immediately. Atho might have the bubble or bob. This has to make a decision right now. Trying to see if he can stay afloat. It's going to trick it. Actually, adaptation out of that fear. Kachikan leaping right on top of him, has to duke it out back for a second. The flashlights are coming out. Atho still in here, but dropping down below half health. What was that trinket or something he was using? What is that little laser pointer he used on the Kachikan? I didn't see the damage. What was that? Maybe these guys will live long enough where we see Atho and use it again. Because I don't even know. Did the pillar zap you? I hope they don't. Yeah, I hope they don't. I don't really know how this arena works. I haven't been able to test this one yet. like in full detail. Reflect coming in for Katrikan, as Atho is trying to see if he can maybe land a Hodge, trying to get a setup going. Does land a Hodge into Cat. Does he have the cooldowns? The Execution status does come out. Does he have the wings to follow up with that damage? His Execution does have the wings rolling right now. Does he get the big judgment in there? He doesn't have blood of the enemy to really mass up the damage, but his health is dropping down low. Might be a bubble out of Atho right now. Might be playing this very safely, trying to maintain his healing as best as humanly possible. And Atho hasn't went down below 20% yet. He's actually hovering somewhat safe, and his health might be possibility here. What we are seeing a bubble, and Katrikan as he has cooldowns rolling. He's just ready for Atho, man. He's ready for him to come out. Gonna be slow out of the bala. Does get a charger on top of him. Does Atho have that laser footer again? Is he gonna be able to do the big burst damage that it did earlier? Because now we gotta wait. It's gonna be a Cyclonic Blast coming out. Gonna be a Reflect for Katrikan. Oh my god, Atho actually, I think, obliterated himself with Cyclonic Blast. What was that trinket that he just used? What was that item? Oh my god, that was all reflected by Katrikan. What? That was a trinket, right? Was that like a... What was... I need to know. I need to know. What was that? Bro, he's up next. Letting Katrikan know, hey man. Oh, Katrikan's like, no. He actually emoted him. He was like, no, I don't want to deal yet. I think Purple Haze is actually asking his team, hey, who wants to deal Katrikan? He really doesn't want to deal with me. Anybody else want to go? That's exactly what just happened. He was like, you know what, Worky, it's time to have the 1v1 rank 1 Fury Warrior versus Katrikan. Versus the Gladiator Fury Warrior. Fury versus Fury. Katrikan actually has all his cooldowns, so it's going to be as good of a 1v1 as we're going to get. Working, nabbing the first charge off the bat, popping that Enrage early. Katrikan is going to have to be playing behind for a little bit. Working is popping off his recklessness right now, but so is Katrikan. They're responding aggression to aggression. Both of these boys popping the big Dragon's Roar. Actually, I think Katrikan might be a Blade Storm for this one. And Katrikan is continuing to pummel damage. Both of these warriors do not drop below 50%. Working finally looking like he's starting to drop below 50%. Gonna land a fear and a charge of the Katrikan. Katrikan trinketing out of that. Oh, Katrikan actually rolling adaptation out of the fear. So he doesn't even have control of the stuns. Maybe that's why he had a fairly easy time with Athoman, seeing all those Hodges left and right. Working, nabbing a stun onto Katrikan, doesn't have adaptation for it. Working just trying to get his health back up and running, but Katrikan obviously has the lead in that right now, and Katrikan getting the big enrage, popping up some cooldowns, massive CDs coming out. Working is going to give himself Lucid Dream rolling so he can get a lot of back-to-back rampages, trying to see if he can just rampage health through Katrikan, but he can't quite recover on his health. He just fell so far behind. He can maintain it, but he can't climb out of there. His health is just teetering at the 20-30% mark. Is going to be popping massive enrage regeneration right now just to climb back out of it. In the chess match though, Katrikan still holding on to his ace in a hole, and so far Katrikan hasn't even needed to use it, because so far the amount of healing he is doing just on his own is enough. Working again, still just use his massive enrage regen, stunning Katrikan right now. Maybe this way he can go for recovery with a massive heal. Katrikan hasn't had charged heals so far at all, and Work is back up to get his health reduced little by little, surely by surely. Katrikan actually starting to take quite a bit of damage as both of these warriors are popping in. Reckless is going to be short fear into Working. Katrikan nabbing that charge heal, and that's going to be Working getting charged second time as he's close to the execute range. Commanding shot coming out to stave off that execute, but it doesn't look like Working has enough. Gonna nab another charge, and Katrikan needs to heal himself as much as possible. Really wishes he had Crucible Flame right now so he can at least pop a heal to himself. Stun coming in onto Cat, and Working do enough damage. It looks like Working is starting to maybe get some damage in, but Katrikan just does one swipe of a Bloodthirst, and that's all it takes him. In this way, Katrikan popping on the Reckless is Working. It's going to get really close to the execute range. Going to get a short charge on the Katrikan. Does he get a lot of healing off of that? Absorbatron coming out. Dies very quickly. Working again, teetering on that execute range. Katrikan could get a massive charge in. Rampage, execute rolling is going to go for that. Working is trying to recover. Shortest stun in the world. Trinkets out of the worst. I'm going to try to leap away. Another charge, but Katrikan does land a Stormbolt to stave off his death. Maybe he can get another charge of Cat. He does land another one. 30 seconds on that rage regeneration. Does he have enough to do this though? Getting a lot of procs for a lot of rage back though, and that is trying to help him stay healed as best as possible. But he's on the solo. Katrikan, all he needs is a few more globals. Working on the edge right now, and down he goes. Gladiator Working, taken down by Fury Warrior God. Neville is up next though, as a naked dwarf. popping off wings right now. Kachika, does he have a reflect for it? Is he gonna go for a reflect? Neville is just trying to get some big damage to Kachika. Gonna be adaptation for Cat immediately. It's gonna go for enrage regeneration right now versus Neville. Try to see if he can get him close to execute rage. That is gonna be a shield of vengeance coming out for Neville. And Kachika is just gonna leap away from him and wants to wait for the wings to be over before he pops that shield. Try to see if he can kite Neville. Fear coming out. Gonna force a trick in. Oh, bubble actually out of Neville. That's huge. He just forced bubble. Does Neville roll adaptation to just like Atom? I think it might. Shield of Vengeance does not get to really pop into Kachika. Second set of wings coming out. It's going to be Kachika with a bit of a reflect. Does he have enough health in order to stay alive? Neville's actually close to the execute range. Kachika's trying to see if he can land his charge heal. Does land it. Neville also get himself a heal. Second charge for Kachika. Recovered in health. Neville close to the execute range. Does he go down right here? Kachika swiping out his life out of his hands. So who's going to be next up? It's going to be Gavinci versus our boy Kachika as he's just tearing through the whole enemy team. Stun onto Cat right now. The Frost Death that's actually a lot more spooky than they used to be. The Kachika, I think, is now getting used to that. It looks like Kachika tried to get a charge, but also it was a grip out of Gavinci, and Kachika's turning himself into mist. Look at that. He's just stomping all over this little gnome as the gnome is trying to do what he can. Does he have the... Oh, wait. I just realized he has the heritage armor of a gnome. Oh, my God. It was so hard to see because they were so small because of the details. Well, I'd love to look at it in close detail. Maybe next you'll get Gavinci in here for one of these. Stun to Kachika. It looks like Kachika, his adaptation doesn't trigger for the stun. Maybe he was on DR from before, but Kachika is popping in recklessness. Gavinci doesn't have a lot of health to work with. He's staying in there. Death Strikes versus Bloodthirst. Warrior versus Death Knight. Neither of them wants to go down, and Gavinci is starting to ramp up his damage. Kachika is going to go for a Blaze Storm. Close execute. IBF coming out for Gavinci. He's trying to stay in. Kachika get us stunned up right now. Could Gavinci turn around? Kachika doesn't have enraged regeneration just yet. Doesn't get a charge, and back at Gavinci does land in fear. Maybe he can get a charge from there. Commanding Shot coming out. That's going to be Transfusion for Gavinci, but Kachika landing that charge. Heal. Does he go again? Does he go for a second charge heal? He does with enraged regeneration, trying to maintain his health as best as possible. 25% dampening, not letting him. Gavinci is going to land a stun on Kachika. It is a 4-second stun, so he doesn't get proc by adaptation, but Gavinci's health is in a dire position. Might want to death pact it. He does death pact it. Just wait to rotate his colors. Kachika just continue to pummel damage through him, and Gavinci does go down in a massive execute by a Fury Warrior God. Purple Haze, the last man left. And Kachika leaves because he knows he can't duel a Demon Hunter. He can't duel a Demon Hunter, and he's perfectly fine with it. It's not a toss at Kachika. He doesn't like dueling Demon Hunters. I don't blame him. Kachika wanted somebody... Look at it this way, chat. Kachika wanted someone else to have a go, okay? I feel like Kachika with the new assets could maybe beat Purple Haze, though, with full cooldowns. I could see it. But it's going to be Zerai next. Popping the wall already. It's Purple Haze. Popping it on not even a Metamorphosis. That was just a little bit of a demonic. Does land a stun onto Zerai, and is just trying to bail away from Zerai. Popping in that massive attendance. Trying to see if he can make the damage work onto Purple. Doesn't have a trinket anymore to get out of any kind of CC, and Purple is just going to try to avoid him as best as possible. Zerai might be in a really bad spot here as an enhancement. Used to get the slows. That's all he can really do at this point. Getting Ghost Wolves up and running. Maybe the Ghost Wolves will be able to do some damage. Trying to get away from Purple. Does dodge a stun. That's going to be I-Beam coming out. Does drop Earthbind. I think he just wants to kite Purple Haze on his Metamorphosis. Doesn't want to fight the Demon Hunter when he has cooldowns up. And that might be the best way to go. Zerai is going to get himself fully healed up. Maybe this way he could engage with Purple Haze now. That might be a good idea. Maybe he's just trying to wait it out until high dampening comes in. Could be any one of those possibilities. I know Bloodthirst coming out, Bloodlust coming out. Maybe this way he go for big damage. Try to see if he can clap him out with all that haze. Thunder coming down. Gonna be a trick out of Purple Haze. Does he have the I-Beam back up and running? Does get big procs onto Zerai though. And his health is already at half health with only a little bit of cooldowns. He has only a few globals spent. And Purple Haze is now back on the run. Trying to chase up to Zerai. Zerai is gonna go for a very defensive strategy here. That's gonna be imprisoned to keep him in place for a moment. Purple needs to build up for another I-Beam wombo come as Zerai still struggling to keep up. Is going to get wall rolling right before he get procced out to death. Good idea, because I think you get double lightning there. Is going to drop down the stun totem onto Purple Haze as both of them are trading stuns. Try to see if he can land a Hex onto Purple. Not going to happen. Purple getting that Metamorphosis back up and running with Demonic and Zerai. There's nothing he can do as an handsome shaman. Alright, who's next? Is it going to be Dredden? Clem is cute. It is going to be Trotos. He's going to try to see if he can trot himself out of there. See if he can maybe have a chance against Purple Haze. Purple Haze is going to go up in air. He's going to fell land Stratos a few times right before he lands himself behind line of sight. Only one of those fell lances was actually reflected. Stratos looking like he DC'd a little bit. Hopefully Trados not lagging too bad. Is going to Berserker Rage out of that imprisoned, stunned by purple. Trados is going to trick it out of it immediately. Going to be Blur available for Purple Haze right now. While in Metamorphosis, Trados is going to go for Lucid Dream in order to get a bunch of rampages onto purple. Well, without Blur, it's really hard to connect with the Demon Hunter. Doesn't have the charge for that leap. Does have the big charge around the corner with a high mounted charge. Again, try to go for as many of those rampages, but it's not going to happen. Purple Haze just has the mobility on him. Stun onto Trados, no chicken available. Does he have the big I-beam to follow? It doesn't even look like he does. He's just going to go for a little bit of a blade dance and run back out. Stun coming out. This is where I-beam comes in. I think Trados is lagging too much to be able to really compete against Purple Haze right now. Does have Rage Regeneration, try to stay afloat, 47% dampening, making it almost impossible to do anything in this duel. Going to be a charge back at Purple Haze, is imprisoned though. Is going to stop him. Now it's going to Blade Dance. And yeah, he was lagging a little too. That was probably like the worst setup for him, man. The worst setup with the fact that he is lagging. At least he tried, man. At least he gave it a chance. I think Kachika needs to give it a chance next time against Purple. I think there's definitely something. Demon Hunters are saying, yeah, but you also will lag at Trados. You also lag it pretty heavily, man. That's going to be an CC by the pet of Dredden. Trying to hold Purple Haze in place. 50% dampening, 30 minutes in. Can anybody make a play here? I guess Purple is actually going to go for a Fell Hunter instead of Succubus. With Purple Haze. Interesting choice. Landing in Fear onto Purple. Does he get the big Cataclysms in there? He does not. No, I actually went back to the other pet for a second. I-beam coming out. Is going to CC Purple Haze. Cataclysm to follow. Does he go for the big damage? Going to get it interrupted onto Casbo, which is not going to be a big opportunity for him. And Purple Haze Metamorphosis does go down with Demonic. And he's going to bail out. Ugh. I think I'm getting a cold, chat. I think I'm catching a cold. I'm not even lying. Emulate to follow by Dredden. Purple Haze. Kind of just avoiding it as best as possible. You just go for the hit and run strats. Check it coming out for Dredden, and this way he wants to go for Dark Soul instability. Drop it down there for onto Purple. Does Purple have an answer for this? Does land a stun onto Dredden. Does Dredden have enough health and enough vigor to keep going? The Shot of Fury coming out. Does land a Casbolt at Purple Haze. He's trying to see if he can land a Fear. He does land the Fear. Second Casbolt outside of darkness. Purple Haze safe to actually get a proc. I-beam to follow. Does regen a little bit of that health. CC by the pet yet again. Another Casbolt to clap him out. Actually does take him out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I thought Purple Haze was just going to wreak havoc the whole time. Ooh, goddamn, boys. Goddamn. Man, Kachikan, I think you need to try against Demon. I know Demon Hunter counters Warriors really hard. But I think I should still play it out to the end, man. Think of it this way. If you could force out a bunch of cooldowns out of the Demon Hunter for the next guy to have an easier time, then you should play it out. You know what I mean? Alright, who else we got already? Send me a DM. Send me a PM in the game right now if you got a group. Let me know. Also, please look for brand new people. I want to see some variety in here. Let me get the mix going too. Because I never actually get the mix rolling for the duels. That's why you're hearing like such long pauses with the duels. Ooh, ooh. That's a good song. Ah. Ballad can beat almost everyone. Ballads are really strong, but it depends on the class, it depends how they play. 5 out of 5, 3 new names, and me and Log didn't get to play. Fair enough. Already 5 new people. Alright, Foggy versus Chrysler. Foggy and Chrysler. Let's go. And would you like me to start an NA group or not? Yo, if you all want to get an NA group going, we'll check back in about an hour. I'll be down after giving EU an opportunity to play 2 hours worth of their duels to give an A round of goes, man. I'd be completely fine to give an A chance, man. I miss your voice. What's up, Kevin Becker? How you doing, man? I did 80k damage to myself when reflecting my laser. What is that laser, Atho? What is that? You got... Okay, don't tell everybody. Just DM me. Can I get it? Because that thing looks busted and I want it. I think it looks busted and I want it. I want it now. I want to see how strong that thing is. Because that thing looks like it does a lot of damage. Nice reflect. It was a good reflect, wasn't it? By the time he realized what was happening, he was like, oh. Wait, could you even cancel laser once you start it? Maybe it's one of those things you can't. Alrighty. So Twitch, what do we got? We got ourselves Team Blue. We got ourselves Baczynski. Chrysler on his Destro. We got Neville back in here, Minimi as a rogue, and we got, what is the name? Shifu Master. Shifu? We're gonna call him Shifu. That's Russian. Shifu Meister is the name. So we're gonna call him Shifu. We got ourselves Doc in here. It was a Prognosis Doc. Dead in the back. Sheep Me Bunny hanging around the back as well. We also got Shinja, who never got to play in relief, going up versus Baczynski. Kid in the shot is gonna come out. Just gonna get the dots going and try to bail out behind the pillars. Onto the bridge, gonna find the rogue with a stun. I-beam followed to get the metamorphosis rolling. Baczynski is taking quite a bit of damage from the Demon Hunter. Evasion coming out a little bit early as he's trying to build up his comp points, stricken out of the stun. And Relive is just gonna relieve himself. And it's going to go up in the air. Vantage going to force out of Baczynski. Actually still able to land a fell lance to get him out of stealth. If he can somehow guarantee that he doesn't catch a restealth, actually denying that restealth by getting that immolation aura rolling, and does fell rush in there. Tricky coming out on that kidney and actually put himself in a bad spot. I think Relive might be in the worst position possible. They just trinketed a stun into a full blind. That's going to give Baczynski a full reset. If he has a full setup right now and doesn't mess up his opener, that could be the end of the Demon Hunter. Does get a full stun lock wombo combo with a Vendetta rolling. Marford at the Venom in there. Big damage. Relive is trying to get into Metamorphosis. Stun coming out to Baczynski. Can he recover all that health? Using Fell Flame to heal himself into a Blade Dance. Actually, Baczynski health is not looking good either. It could be anyone's game. I-beam coming out by the Demon Hunter. His dots rolling on him, but he might just die, and he does. Yo, what was that donation from, by the way? Yo, it's my boy Barul. Yo, can we get a hashtag Barul in chat? Showing our appreciation for the wonderful donor. Hey, Barul, my man. That's 5 bounce. How you doing, my man? I'm doing beautiful, Barul. I'm doing wonderful. I think I'm starting to get cold. I think I'm starting to get sick, but it's okay. You know what? I'm having a lot of fun hanging out with the boys, doing some 5v5 duels, enjoying the living hell out of BFA in patch 8.2. Oh my god. This is like a brand new expansion. That's what it feels like. Oh my god. I am spending too much time in the game. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate my role. Hopefully we'll see you here, man. You want a duel? Are you NA or EU? Forget. If you're NA, can we get, if you're EU, can we get Barul in one of the duels, boys, please? Oh, who's dueling actually? It is going to be Dead. Trying to deal with Baczynski is going to get a dot rolling on him. Baczynski does land a sap on the pet. And you see you get the dots rolling on the pet, which is a good idea. Dead is going to roll in there with a stun to Baczynski. No chicken available, as that is going to set up all his setup. All his traps, all his grenades, and everything to go. Gonna be Baczynski with an evasion. Is it trying to see if he can bail out? Dead is gonna go for a little bit of a port out of this situation. Porting all the way to the other side of the pillar to Kai Baczynski some more. But Baczynski is still actually got a resell somehow. I guess with maybe a shadow meld. Finding Dead before you can find him. Killer shot coming out onto Dead. Gonna pop the pet sack right now. Baczynski got quite a bit of damage rolling onto Dead off the bat. He's gonna have to go for that acceleration, maybe. Might even want to get that bandage rolling. I'm actually surprised Dead isn't going for bandages right now. He probably is trying to save bandages for the right moment. Unless he's not rolling bandages anymore. Getting those eagles to fly at Baczynski. This might be the end to the rogue. Actually, as he went for a vanish. How do you take damage while vanishing? Oh my goodness, this is where he goes for a mending bandage. Minimi is going to be up next though as another assassination. Rogue find himself in stealth and is actually eating one of the traps off the bat. Vanishing into, no, he actually ate that trap. He's actually played Shadow Step. He's actually, no, Shadow Dance. He's a subtlety. Is going to go for a full Vendetta onto Kid, or not Vendetta, Kid and Shadow Dead. Back-to-back cheap shots. Get the big investor. It's back-to-back. Going to be a stun onto Minimi. Doesn't have a trigger for this. Does Dead go for big damage? Is going to get a pet buff rolling. I think is going to go for a little bit of that teleport. Blind comes in. Does he still port? He still does get support out of the Minimi. Dealing with a pet as coordinated assault. He does get the pet beef up. He does get coordinated assault off. It just doesn't look like he has it. But his pet, if you can see it, his pet was all beefed up and ready, all red. Kind of like as if he has Bestial Wrath. His pet was good. Gonna be a shadow melt for a Minimi as it's trying to find Dead real quick. Dropping down the traps, dropping down the flare, picking up the eyes. Gonna be able to send the pet to sniff out where the rogue is hiding. And then it's just gonna hide that corner. Is gonna get a dot rolling into Minimi. Has all these traps to run him through. Gonna go for a pet sack right now. He's trying to deal with a massive kidney shot damage coming out for Minimi. Back-to-back cheap shots. Lots of eviscerates. Trying to hide the rogue again. Gonna be a Cloak of Shadows. Perfect because Minimi doesn't run through a freezing trap. Gonna be another charge trap in front of him. Does he run for Dead? Does he trip that trap? No. Shadow stepping onto Dead. Does he have himself a bit of a mobility to get out of there? Doesn't have the essence to work for. the ripple in space. And enemy is looking for catch a re-stealth. Does he have any dots in him? He actually got out of the scot-free without any damage over time. That's incredible. Does that pick up the eye, or is the eye down for now? I think it is. Otherwise, he doesn't see Minimin right there. Sap comes in, doesn't have the traps ahead of time. Minimin doesn't have a trinket for another 30 seconds. Dead is actually going to bail out before Cannon Shot comes out. Freeze the trap on a Minimin, stopping their opener completely. Perfect setup. And Dead could go for more traps. He's going to get a shot of... Yeah, he is going to go for a Maledict actually onto Minimin. Doesn't have cooldowns of his own to do damage though, but he can sustain, whittle down Minimin over time. The pet is doing quite a bit of work. The dots are doing quite a bit of work. The traps are going to do quite a bit of work. And if they can just put the traps ahead of time, going to harpoon to Minimin right now to stay on him. Vanish coming out. Does he have the flare for it? Does actually walk out of the flare, but the dots are still rolling. And that's going to put him in place. Going to get the pet attacking him through smoke bomb. Doesn't even matter. And then trying to get himself a little bit of a high ground. Has all these traps ready. Shadow Step coming in for a Minimin. Does land the cannon shot. Dead is going to trick it out of it. Cheap shot onto Dead. Does the Minimin have enough health to work for it? Does go down. Is Dead taking him out? Very well done, Dead. Very well done, my boy. Has a freezing trap on one corner. Trapping up the pet for Chrysler. And it's going to try to see if he can just camo out of there. Popping off cooldowns already. This way is going to be the big duel right now. Him versus Chrysler. This is one of the hardest duels he's ever done. Just because Destro Warlocks are just so powerful right now. Fear onto Dead does get hit, but it's actually line of sighting it. And it's still going to use his racial in order to get out of that. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Dead doesn't have a trinket anymore. He did trinket, I think it was Minimus Kidney Shot. That's a trinket down and racial down, so he's not going to have either one available. So I guess it makes sense to break out of the racial while he's got it. Drain lives are happening onto Dead's pad, and as he's trying to engage with Chrysler is just going to root him out in the open. Gonna go for Feint Dead just to clear himself off of all dots. Has Aspect of the Eagle rolling for him for just a little bit to get those Mongoose Bites in there. Try to see if he can just Mongoose bite Chrysler around the corner. That's going to be a massive Infernal coming down. Massive Chaos Bolt to smack Dead. Is going to go for acceleration immediately. Going to trap up the pet on one side, Manic Bandages on the other. Recovered quite a bit of health, and Chrysler taking the consistent dot damage and the pet damage. Double grenade onto Chrysler. Does that double Chaos Bolt into Dead. Turtle Shell for the second one while the Infernal is up. It's a good idea. Dead decided to Turtle Shell that one because Infernal is still trucking and is still doing damage. That's going to be Drain Life onto Dead's pet while he's got it. As Chrysler is trying to catch up on health a little bit. Dead is going to feign death. The pet is going to chase after him, but that's really about it. Chrysler still looking very healthy in this duel as Dead is playing the long game here. Trying to hide. Stun onto Chrysler right now. Trap on the pet so Dead can maybe catch himself a little bit of reset. By putting the trap and stun on cooldown though, he's going to take out opportunity for him to do some real damage. Come flag, stopping that harpoon into a range stun, into a Chaos Bolt, double Chaos Bolt trying to come out. Does get to harpoon to Chrysler, but doesn't get to interrupt the second Chaos Bolt. And he doesn't have the stun or traps to interrupt Chrysler. So all he can really do is drop down traps, horror effect on the Dead, putting him out of place. Gonna be tricking it out of it immediately, and it's gonna go Trident to run with Ripple in space. Where's he gonna go though? It's going to go actually kind of sort of nearish Chrysler. I guess expecting for Chrysler to chase. Freezing Trap onto the pet. Does he have a stun onto Chrysler to continue the damage? No, Chrysler is actually Ripple spacing to Dead just to get on top of him. Does get interrupted onto Chaos Bolt though. Not the best opportunity. Dead is going to slink back behind the line of sight as soon as he gets a chance. Well, Aspect of the Eagle is up. Harpooning up to Chrysler. Maybe he can just reap him right now with that massive scythe. Chrysler barely has any health. Fear trying to come out onto Dead. Gonna be a wall for Chrysler. He's gonna not be unstoppable in terms of the cast. Stun coming out by Dead. Trinket for Chrysler. Could Dead take him out right here? Chrysler has barely enough health. Drain Life coming out. Dead is still continuing to play. The big Mending Bandages is gonna revive the pet. Chrysler barely has any health. That dot and the pet damage could be enough. And this is gonna be, I think, the first time that Dead was able to take out Chrysler. Almost so close. Drain Life. Nothing you can do. Dead. Gonna find you and gonna take you out. Neville get it rooted with that freezing trap immediately. So Dead got himself another challenger. A class with so many defensives. And I don't think Dead, I don't think his pet has Purge. I don't think that Hyena has a Purge. So for Neville, he could bop Dead's damage, and Dead couldn't do anything except for freezing trap. Hodge coming out of the bat. Actually, Dead created quite a bit of damage already. Where's that? Wait, oh, that's why my camera was doing a weird thing. Because Dead on that Hodge used Ripple in space. Oh, backing away from Neville, but he does use the root a little bit too early with that harpoon. Bubble coming out for Neville though. He's just trying to min-max the damage of the Dead. I just trying to cut him. Neville using his defenses a little bit early just to stay afloat on Dead. Is that a good idea? The many bandages are available. Freezing trap around the corner, so Neville doesn't want to walk into it. Cannonblast coming in for Dead is just trying to get as much health as possible, trying to force Neville over. He almost knows that there's a freezing trap. It's almost like he knows. I think he does realize that Dead is really trying really hard to force him around the corner, and Dead is just trying to get some damage to Neville again, going to cut him through all those traps. Look at that, Dead. Take it back, Neville. One trap. The second trap. Nothing he can do. There's literally nothing he can do. And Dead got some cooldowns rolling right now with Coordinated Assault, trying to get a harpoon onto Neville as he's getting behind the corner. Gonna be a Hodge expected by Dead any moment now. You got a Hodge expected. Actually, using the ripple in space in case he got Hodge as a retreat ahead of time. Shield of Vengeance coming down for Neville. Does even use his racial in order to get those dots off of him, but that's going to be Dead. Resetting him completely. Going to lob another grenade at him with the Manning Bandage to follow. Neville is going to go for a bit of flashlight. Only 10 minutes in. We're only seeing 34% dampening into this duel. Dead and Neville could still have a chance. Dead holding on to a trinket, so he could get out of the next Hodge. Neville has a trinket in about 6 seconds, so he could be still in a decent position. Still has Bob. Hodge coming down and Dead. He's tricking out of him immediately. Neville is going to go for big cooldowns right now. This is where the big cooldowns need to happen. Tricking it out of the pet stun, and Dead still taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to dip under. Is he going to go for a harpoon? No, he's going to go for Turtle Shell. Medic Bandages. Neville is still in the bad spot. He could get interrupted on. Neville could actually still get interrupted on. And without Bob, the magic damage is still going to go through. Without Freezing Trap keeping him in place, at least stopping him from healing. That's going to be a harpoon with another grenade. Neville could bop right down. He'd still be down. And Dead taking another one out. Next up is going to be a Gladiator Paladin. Shifu Master? Shifu. Oh, but Dead is going to bail out of... I'm just so... Sometimes, Dead, you're just making my head spin with those ripples in space. Ripple in space is the essence that allows him to set a position, and 4 seconds after, and if you upgrade it, it can be 2 seconds after, teleport to that position. And if Dead ever travels 25 yards in 4 seconds, he gets like a bunch of agility. And then it's like for 15 seconds. And then it's 15 second and 30 second cooldown. So you have agility for 15 seconds. Then for 15 seconds, no agility. With how much he can harpoon and disengage and just being a hunter, he just has so much mobility. He always has that effect passively every time he has cooldowns. Gonna nab a stun onto Shifu and just trying to min-max the range. Gonna just throw down a Maledic on a firm range. Trying to get the pet kill commands to do work. Executor set to stack it up onto Dead. As he has Coordinated Assault. Gonna throw down more traps onto Shifu with another grenade getting lobbed in. Shifu trying to just connect with Dead. Not gonna happen. Fade Death coming out for Dead as he gets out of that route. That's gonna be Hand of Freedom for Shifu. Stuck in there behind with the pet, and Dead is playing to win. Manning Bandage is coming out. Trying to force Shifu out in the open. Has gonna be Aspect of the Eagle as Dead is getting quite a bit of free damage out there. Hodge coming down. Does he have anything for it? Has a big pet sack for it. But Shifu is going to pop wings right now. Could be the end of Dead right now. Freezing Trap comes in. Dead barely hits it. Oh, no. He had Ripple of Space ready. But it was going to be too long a cooldown to do it. And that's going to be Doc forcing out a trinket. Bubble out of Shifu. No. Oh, my God. That was incredible. If Dad just popped that thing a little bit early on that Hodge, he would have been able to yoink himself out of there. That timing is everything. Thorns coming down for Doc as Shifu has execution sentence rolling. And it has even big Shield of Vengeance popping out damage to Doc, forcing him out of bear form, forcing out of the renewal right now. Shifu doesn't want to get Cyclone, still continue to hammer damage into Doc. Actually sitting into Cyclone, getting hit in Cyclone. Doc could maybe go for some damage right after. Entangle Roots on the Paladin, going to Hand of Freedom. No! He's not. He's actually going to get silenced from a distance. So for Doc, this is a perfect opportunity to get quite a bit of damage on him from afar. And it's going to be flashlight some more as Doc is just going to walk up to him. Needs to be able to himself. Bash comes in. Bob coming out for Shifu. Hodge and Doc. Is that going to be the end to the Druid? Is Shifu going to take out a second one before he goes down? Second set of wings. And down he goes. Those were just minute-long wings. He still has real wings if he ever needs to. Cheap Me Bunny's up next. As the mage, letting him get the full honor duel here. And Shifu is just going to heal up. With dampening being this high, there's not going to be a lot to do, man. Cheat Me Buddy. Unless you really want him to get full reheal for full health, that's going to be hard. Wings and Hodge, no trinket, equals Dead. Yep. It does. Or it is better than Dead. More than Dead. That's hard, dude. That's hard. Shifu versus a mage. Cheat Me Buddy playing the fire. Getting slowed out in the opener. Can you go for the big damage? It's going to be no bubble, no bop available for Shifu. Shield event is back up and running. Doesn't look like he'll have wings available for quite a bit of time. Is going to have a trinket for sure, though, unless you use a human racial for something earlier. Which is a good possibility, because we don't see the human racial trinket anymore on our UI. Polymorph onto Shifu. Trinkets out of it. Hodge onto Sheep Me Bunny. Gonna trinket out of it. Breath onto Shifu. Needs to go for Greater Pyro immediately, but that's going to be shortest volley in the world. Still lands it into a Ring of Peace. Does he get it off? No, he does not. Going for a Greater Fire Blast. Not going to happen. Combustion coming down. Shifu is going to go for Big Burst right now. It's going to be Temper rolling for Sheep Me Bunny. Doesn't get the big damage onto Shifu. That's actually going to be Ice Block for Sheep Me Bunny. I'm actually surprised. What? Yeah, Ice Blocked? I'm surprised. Going to be Ring of Peace around on the stairs. Not going to be able to get that much value out of it. And Shifu does get to get a couple pot shots around the corner, making sure that the line of sight favors him around this bridge. Sheep Me Bunny is just going to try to see if he can re-heal a bit. Not going to happen. Shifu Master's already making his way over there. Warlock Gateway comes in a little bit early, and Shifu dropping down. Again, using line of sight in order to advance towards the mage. Slowly but surely. Decides to retreat for a second to get himself a couple of heals as food is coming in for Sheep Me Bunny. Hodge coming down, doesn't have an answer for this. Does Shifu go for big setup? Wings are coming out, could be big damage right now. Big crits. That's going to be Temporal for sure. Sheep Me Bunny popping that Temporal a little bit early. Cauterize coming down. Temporal could heal a portion of it, but not too much. Going to be a Polymorph. Might have to repoly him right now and just go for Greater Pyro. That's still full wings on a cheap. It's kind of on the side of his butt. Ring of Frost. Actually lands a Ring of Frost, but those Polymorphs are DR'd with Ring of Frost so heavily. There's nothing he can do. Slowing down Shinja as he is playing Deathstrom. Ooh, what is that? Landed a horror effect, but I guess it was very DR'd. Is that what it was? I think that's what it is. I think the Death Coil is a polymer, basically, in terms of like what type of CC it is and what it DRs with. Dropping down Master Infernal, and Shifu is just going to kite away from the Infernal. It's just running. Conflags are going to ruin from time to time. Get on the Shield of Vengeance. Not offensively. More defensively. Stop and run on top of Shinja. Try to see if you can get that trinket to proc. Try to see if you get the Shield of Vengeance to proc. Shinja is going to have his own Ripple in space to bail out of it right before it pops. And Shifu, no wings, no defenses available. Only Bubble is the only thing he has. And now there's a pet that will try to interrupt him and steal his buffs. Is that going to be enough though? What is that Necrotic that's stacking up on him? Bubble coming down for Shifu is going to go for big damage onto Shinja. Popping in blood of the enemy. Trying to see if he can one-shot Shinja right now without wings. Does Shinja have anything as CC in order to keep Shifu at bay? Does land a Fear, breaks out of that before the Chaos Bolt hits him. So this could be anyone's game right now. Both of these boys are out of cooldown. Shifu could go for a heal. Fear trying to come out. Execute status rolling on Shinja. Does he go for an interrupt? He does not go interrupt yet. Trying to see if he can force Shifu out in the open. Shifu is going to use line of sight to kind of advance towards Shinja. But he's going to keep killing your pet back here. Oh my god, I actually think we saw his mouth for a second. Shinja is going to bail out, max distance, pulling his pet back, and Shifu is continuing to heal as much as he can. He's got wings coming up very soon. He has minute-long wings and real wings as well. So he could be either way. Shinja is, again, just trying to min-max him. Max the range. Shifu is just going to continue healing. I feel like Shinja needs to get at him, needs to get in his face. Otherwise, oh, he got mage food, so he's going to force him out. Interesting. Nabbing that horror effect on him. Does he get the Fear to follow? Casmo's trying to come out with that conflag. Gonna be wings for Shifu. Fear to follow and getting kicked on a Fear. Does Shinja have anything left? That's actually Shifu taking him out. What was that? Oh my god, 4 kills for both of them. Shifu Master. And dead. Oh my god. Double trouble right there, boys. Double trouble. Warlock mobility, lol. That Paladin, though, dude. That Paladin knows his stuff. That was the longest duel of my life. I feel like that could be 2 separate duels. God damn. Alrighty, boys. If you guys want to join any of these duels, then try to figure out how do you join any of these duels. First of all, we're doing them right now as of Friday. Usually all Fridays. We do them all on EU. If you want to join any of the duels, go to Group Finder, pre-made groups, custom PvP, find a group, and type in 5, enter. And you'll find a 5V5 1v1 group on Alliance and on Horde. If you guys are looking for any. If you don't see one, add me on Reality at Dalaran hashtag 1340. That is Dalaran, like the city. Hashtag 1340. And just start a group. You go to custom, start a group called something like 5V5 1v1 Duels, Duels Dalaran, something along those lines. As long as you have the words 5v5 in there. 5v5 duels, 5v5 1v1 duels, 5v5 duels, Dalaran, Dalaran duels, 5v5. Just as long as you have 5v5 in there, that's all that matters. And you just list a group, get a bunch of people that want to join in. Let me know in the chat. Add me on Real ID, and we get you guys going. I'm at the list because we already got people rolling. Let me also get a sip of... I actually have water here. Sorry, boys. I had to take a sip. I'm running out of breath doing these, boys. Hold on, give me like a minute. Give me a minute, okay? Oh, let me breathe. Let me breathe, because I run out of breath all the time doing these. Let's go to the next song. This one's really good for like when you're in the duel and it's getting hot and heavy. Oh my god. That's from the neck. Is that a red card? That's a red card. Oh, that's so good. Wait, whoa, Athel, that's insane. I need to get that. That's insane. I actually need to get that. Which boss do you... Okay, well, I can look up which boss you get that from. That's all that matters. Thank you, man. I found out what Athel's laser is. I heard somebody talk about it before, though, but I've never actually seen it. Nemo wheelchair versus wheelchair duels? You think so? So who am I gonna get dueling? I think I'll get Lord and Katrikin, because Katrikin got a group. Foggy just got to play. What do you think about Vigor and Slice and Ice for Outlaw? I haven't tried Slice in a while. Slice has been bad. Vigor is not terrible, but Vigor and Slice together, I need to try it again. Boy, I need to try it again. I think Slice is still really bad compared to the buff play style. I could be wrong, so I need to try it again. But I think it's still really... I need to try it, man. I need to try just how much of a talent nerf that is. Muzzy needs to do something with it. Vodim, yeah, Voda. Which is the same... We have the same in Russia nickname for vodka and water, the same name. Same little nickname. Good pally? Dude, that guy was nice. That guy knew what's up. I think I want to play Boomy. There we go, boys. Fucking stupid fucking mistakes. One. You're good, Dad. You're good, my man. So little spells at action bar nowadays. Haven't played since Mist. This character is not even max level. So this character, I don't actually have like a lot of abilities on this guy. So this character is not a representation. Plus it's an arcane mage with like 5 buttons. So that's a different story. Watching from random WoW vids and autoplay and letting me hear, I was like, no way. My man, what's up, Willis? How you doing, dude? Hope you're having a good one, man. Well, good thing that YouTube recommends me. I never knew it. I thought it was on YouTube's bad side. I thought YouTube said, no, Dalaran, naughty boy. But apparently they like me a little bit. That's good to know. Lord, and Katrikin. Let's get you guys going next, huh? Oh, I'm feeling it. Let me pop a cold one, dude. Let me crack a soda here. I have a soda sitting here, and I thought, you know what? Water. That's probably a really good alternative. Probably a healthy alternative. Let me get it going, boys. I got some Mountain Dew. I got some real gamer fuel in here, boys. Let's go. I got my Mountain Dew. I got my Doritos. I just ordered some Belle Delphine bath water. I got my gamer fuel, boys. Let's go. Gamer time. Switch. What do we got on each team? We got ourselves... Is it just me? I feel weird saying his name. Blacko? We got Blacko Black in here as a green man monk. We got ourselves Bornlich. That's a dope ass name. He's even playing the good old hunched over orc. Katrikin, Stratos, and Dredden versus Team Durgus, Brian, and Hamburger. Is he playing that Boomy? He's still playing that Boomy. Oblivious. We got Wrecker in here as another Frost DK. And we got Rimuru. Hey guy, I think you're new here. First timer, huh? I think he has tusks and spikes out of the helmet. Like, if he ever looks up at somebody, ever headsbutts somebody, they're done. Those things, you need to put a license on them, man. That's a weapon right there. That's gonna be dotting up, dreading with that a little bit of that taking what's off the bat of Hamburger and just landing himself a small little opener onto the Warlock. Keeping Warlock out in the open. It's gonna go for Incarnation right now. Big damage for Hamburger. Let's go for a little bit of that Lucid Dream as well, just to get the resources going. I think he might. I don't know what kind of essence he goes for. Silence onto Drennan. Actually, he's rooted out. He's going to trick it out of this. Short silence to the Hamburger. He's going to pop into Bear and try to bail out of it. Do we have a Boomkin that can tussle with the muscle that is Warlocks for the first time? Hamburger is going to try to see if he can run. Drennan can't even stop to cast a spell. That is a life of Warlock. That's going to be Hamburger, and just kind of that small line of sight. Regrowth immediately. Not going to be able to get himself regrowth for nature spells for a bit, but still has plenty of Arcane and Crucible. Seeing Drennan popping up massive cooldowns, and Infernal just going to line it ASAP as Ultra is just bailing out of there, man. Drennan has all these cooldowns ready, but as a Warlock, he actually can't even do anything about it. Does he get the port? Does he get the gateway? He could go for gateway. Gonna be entangled roots off the bat. And Hamburger actually has the reach. He has slightly longer reach than Drennan. Still gets a Chaos Bolt in there. Hamburger, I guess, played his hand a little bit too early. Might still be able to catch himself a re-stealth against the Infernal. Maybe? No, I don't think he will. But still has the rage of Drennan. Look at Drennan. He can't even hit him. He can't stop running just to cast. He can't stand still to cast a spell. Finally got an Immolate in there. But he also get an outreach, and I think Hamburger taking out a Warlock. He does. Boomkins have a 45-yard reach, like a Marksman Hunter, by the way. So in a caster versus caster, you have like 5 extra yards if you want to min-max it. Trados is up next. Change up his mark a little bit. Look at a little bit more Xander than usual. Hamburger is going to dip down. Try to see if he can bail away from the Warrior. Big lead for Trados right now. Hamburger popping into bear form. Actually popping into Boomkin with those thorns. Trying to see if he can get damage rolling. Going to be a reflect for Trados. Popping a Booming form immediately. Hamburger is going to use Crucible Flame for self-healing. Nabbing a root onto Trados. Doesn't play Badge but plays a root build instead. That's going to be a disarm onto Trados. Does he go for a trinket? Doesn't have a trinket, it looks like. Or he should. I think it still does. It's just a UI bug. Hamburger forced to pop himself his bark skin, and that's actually going to be a Trident. Get him the shield up and running right now. Going to be a massive beam from above the sky for Hamburger as he's trying to get a resource rolling. Bark skin is down, so he's right out of cooldowns. Might have to go for a renewal right now. And Trados hasn't taken that much damage. He's just still trucking damage into Hamburger, forcing out a Satan Trinket too. Hamburger, does he have a root? He does have root to follow, and he needs to catch himself a little bit of a reset against the Warrior who's just not letting up. Man, that root actually lasts quite a bit, doesn't it? It kind of does, doesn't it? Was it 8 seconds? That was kind of good CC. Oh, Hamburger bailing out of the in-stealth immediately. Catching them re-heals 3 minutes into the duel. Trados getting dotted up. I didn't want to go for the eyes immediately, but it's going to cut off Hamburger around the corner. That's where Trados can get back into the swing of things. Swinging his big old weapons. Hamburger is going to go for Incarnation right now. Try to go for big damage. Going to be Reflect available for Trados. Could go for Massive Heal if you want a Hamburger. Is going to go for Thorns right now. Is he going to go for big damage right after? Because still has Incarnation for a little bit longer. Needs to get the big cast off of the Trados right now. Try to get the resources rolling. Fear coming out. Hamburger trickets out of it immediately. Is continuing to get Star Surges into Trados as often as possible. Try to get more damage in. Back to back. Trados might have to go for a heal. Right here. Hamburger actually has the advantage. Gonna be a disarm Trados. Even if he does trinket, he trinkets out of it. Is gonna go for a massive heal. Maybe a charge heal from that. Hamburger needs to just wait out this healing. Nothing he can do against the Warrior. Get himself up top to full. And Hamburger, all he can really do is root him and try to bail out of there. Incarn burns just to get through all that healing. I don't know if Hamburger going to have a chance against this guy. That was, I mean, all that work, all that damage to Incarn, and he just got a nice couple Bloodthirst in there with the raid regen, and he's just back to full. Hamburger is going to go for a disarm. I think he might just have to stand still and cast spells at him from time to time. Is going to get the resources rolling. Reflect coming out. Probably worse up for Hamburger, as it's going to be a rampage. By Trados is going to get a charge heal off of that. The Thorns are almost reversing damage back into Hamburger. Another charge for Trados, trying to maintain his health. And this way he can go for big setup. Reckless is almost available. Well, actually, no. Reckless is available right now. And it's going to go for a Blaze Storm out of that route to stay on Hamburger as best as possible. He's tried and proc and giving him resources, but it's not going to give him that shield anymore. And might need to go Barskin is going to be popping Barskin right now, dampening, finding, rolling in at the 5-minute mark. We're seeing the 1% rolling out very shortly. So all the healing these boys get, particularly the healing the Hamburger has, the very minor healing that he has, is going to be out of here very, very soon. Going to be another charge for Trados, just maintaining himself. Can Hamburger come back from this? Has Thorns up and right now, using the Thorns to slow down Trados as best as possible, just to gain a regrowth or two. That's going to be reflect for Hamburger, but can't quite catch up to Can't quite catch up to Hamburger right now. Regrowth coming in. Maybe the Druid will finally be able to get himself a bit of a reheal. Hasn't used Renewal at all. Maybe he has Incarnation coming soon. For Trados, that's going to be in Regeneration in just 10 seconds. So unless Hamburger can just find a way to kill him, that's going to disarm him, going to be a trinket and everything available. Unless Hamburger goes for a big cooldowns right now and takes him out immediately, going to be a massive reflect from Trados. Is going to go for Enraged Regeneration unless you can root him right now and keep him at bay. Unless you don't let him get a heal. Does let it charge, massive heal. Trados is recovered completely. And Hamburger is backed up to the run. At least you only got one Bloodthirst in it. Now the second charge, Bloodthirst comes in. Going to be Thorns for Hamburger. Maybe. You're just waiting out. Got through the heal. Maybe if he can catch up on healing, maybe he'll be able to come back with a big incarn at a later time. But so far he's surviving. You gotta give him credit for a boomkin. Because normally these guys don't really have the survivability for this. It's gonna use Crucible Flame to self-heal. Taking out opportunity for him to get some damage. Finally, Incarnation coming down. Trying to see if he can make the big damage happen. Charge heal coming in for Trados. Hamburger, does he have any more instant casts available? Just trying to continue pummeling damage. He's going to go for regrow. The chicken comes in for Trados out of the root. And Hamburger still has lots of damage available, but not enough resources to make that damage work. No Crucible Flame. Doesn't have any Star Surges available. All he can really go for is a War Stomp and try to get away from the Warrior, but he's going to get intercepted immediately using that potentially last Crucible Flame just to pop himself a self-heal. Disarm into Trados, trying to hang in there little by little. Fear is going to stop him play. His trick out of it immediately. And is going to get intercepted? Could get intercepted around the corner. Big leap for Trados, looking for that execute, and he does clap him out. Oh my goodness. Oh, that work. Hamburger, my man. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I'm so sad to watch. Stunner to Trados right now by Dirksbrine. Can he turn it around? Gonna get a disarm onto Trados, but he's gonna run him through. Knocking him down with that nice high mounted charge. Using his own Lucid Dream in order to get a bunch of resources going. Trying to go for big rampages back to back. Killspin coming in for Dirksbrine. Trados is going to get a charge heal off of him right now. Needs to go for big damage. Has Lucid Dream ready. Another charge. Does he get another heal? He does get a one heal. Shortest stun in the world. Can Trados do anything? No, and he does go down. As Dirksbrine just whittles him out. Trados simply didn't have the cooldowns for it. Rage Regeneration was so close. So close. Next up is going to be Blacko. Sap comes in, Dirksbrine. How's he going to do this? How's he going to play this one? Open up with a cheap shot. Going to get the back-to-back stuns in there. Actually playing very, very defensive. It's going to go for that Lucid Dream in order to get himself full of energy into a disarm onto Blacko. Not stopping him from doing any kind of damage, but it's going to be Gouge to separate these two. It's going to use Tiger's Lust in order to try to see if he can catch up to Dirksbrine. Staying right on top of him. Needs to get him slowed. Another short stun into Blacko. Safety chicken procking right now. And it's this way he's going to go for big damage. Getting that wall up and running. Touching down onto Dirks. He's going to go for Fist of Fury, but he's going to bail out of there. He's going to try to keep Fist of Fury as well, or Dirksbrine in combat. Vanish coming in for Dirks before that touching down takes down on him. And actually, I think that touchdowns might have ticked down on him regardless. Lip Sweep coming out. Dirksbrine, does he have a tricky? He does. But Blacko isn't really offering up too much aggression. Karma coming out right now. Killing speed by Dirksbrine with a Fist of Fury blind. Blacko trick inside of it. Trying to stay on Dirksbrine. Parry coming out. Blacko doesn't have a lot of health to work with. Enter Freedom coming out. Trying to get a regenerate rolling. Not going to happen. Stun comes in, but Dirksbrine doesn't have enough to reach him. Does he have enough damage? Procs enough. Maybe parry still available for Dirks. It's going to be Dragon Kick out of Blacko. In cap onto Dirks. Trick inside of it immediately. I think Blacko is going to go down. Dirksbrine just tunneled him. Just trucked him down. Didn't let him play. Didn't let him do nothing. And next up is going to be, not Wrecker, it's going to be Born Lich. Picking up the eye. Does he see Dirks? I think he should guess where he's at. Yep, sees him, but Sap comes in. Not going to be able to do anything about that. Dirks is going to nab that opener. We're 9 minutes into this duel, boys. 28% dampening. It's going to be a little bit tough. It's going to be a little bit tough for Born Lich to come back. Dirksbrine still has massive heals available if you ever needs to. Born Lich IBFing out of that immediately. Is he going to go for a grip? No, stun to Dirks. That was his damage coming out for Frost Death Knight out of nowhere. Now he's going to go for a big setup. Cloak of Shadows came out for Dirksbrine trying to mitigate this damage. Born Lich, is he playing with... It looked like he had some kind of a shield on him. Maybe it's some sort of another weapon or another item. Going to be a grapple hook out of Dirksbrine. Does he have dots rolling on him? Looks like Cloak of Shadows was used. Does have dots, and Born Lich is going to go for a bit of a death bag. Dirks is going to be... Oh, how do you... Still landing a sap onto Born Lich. I was thinking the dot was going to take you out, but I guess the dot wore off. Cheap Shot is going to get big resource generating. Lots of energy. This time to fall into Born Leech. Not going to be stopped. That's going to be Transfusion available from Born Leech, but doesn't have a way to deal with it, or doesn't have a way to use it, actually. Garbage to stop him. Still has Transfusion for like a second, but it looks like it's going to be out. Born Leech, do you have any cooldowns to work for, my man? Does get a snowball thrown at Dirk's Bind, trying to play snowball fight, but Dirk's Bind is playing Pirates and Ninjas over here. Grapple comes in. That's going to be the smallest death strike I've ever seen. Born Leech is still trying to hang in there, barely surviving. IMS coming down, but that's going to go physical damage out of Dirks. And it does poke him down, making a shish kebab. Kachika next up. Trickets out of the blind. Immediately parry available for Dirk's Bind. And Kachika just wants to land some slows into Dirks while he's got him. Does he have a charge? He does not. Gonna Blaze Storm out of that slow. Maybe get a charge around the corner. He does. Dirk still has parry available for a little bit longer. Does someone to Kachika, and he's gonna walk out of it for a second. There's going to be another grapple. Kachika's still going to be able to land a charge. Zerker raging out of it. Dirk's Bind is going to use... Oh, wait. I keep thinking Dirk's Bind uses Crucible Flame. He does not. I keep seeing the, like a little Azeroth spark around him. I keep thinking he heals himself, but it's actually... Every time he gets refunded one of his abilities, he has a slow chance to refund any of his abilities' energy. And every time that happens, he gets a heal. And if you get it at rank 2, you actually get like 15k with a heal. It's huge. It's an insane amount of healing when you think about it. Kachika and Dirk's Bind. Cat and Mouse. Gonna be a stealth game for both of these. If a Kachika dealing versus Rogue versus Obliv versus Wrecker is gonna be tough. Cheap Shot coming out by Dirk's Bind. 12 minutes in. We are close to 43%, almost 44% dampening. Kachika popping in Recklesses. Trying to see if he can deal with Dirk's Bind. Disarm to follow. Gonna walk out of it for a second. Just for a moment. He's going to charge right back in. Stun onto Kachika. Very short stun, but Dirks has now nowhere to go. Does he have any more defenses whatsoever? Looks like Dirk's Bind is kind of out of it. Gouge onto Kachika. Got a Zerker Rage out of it. Execute is just by moments away. Cloak of Shadows for Dirks. As same trick rolls in. Get another second concoction. Shortest stun in the world, and he does go down. Kachika taking him out. Who is up? Is it going to be Wrecker? Is he going to let him get kind of a bit of a reset? Looks like Wrecker is giving him that auto duel, man. Looks like Wrecker is kind of giving him the auto duel. Kachika nabbing that Bloodthirst in him for a second, like, you know what? That's all I need. I think Wrecker is like, alright, we're ready. You have enough health. We don't need to give you full healing. You don't need to give you fully healthy. He still has all his cooldowns. I think Kachika is your own trinket or adaptation. Also makes me wonder what kind of a setup does Kachika run for his essence. I'm pretty sure he's using Crucible Flame. Sometimes it's really hard to tell. I wish they added that as like a cooldown in the UI so we could see that better. Stun onto Kachika, massive leap as he bails out with the reflect available ahead of time. As Wrecker has cooldowns rolling, Kachika is just looking to kite him a little bit. And Wrecker is at half health, half-ish health, 60% actually. Kachika is going to nab that charge in. Doesn't want to get gripped in. He wants to get those charges just so he can get a bit more healing. Wrecker is going to root Kachika, but Wrecker's health is not looking that good. Transfusion coming out as he's going to be able to maintain himself for a little bit longer. AMS rolling in as an extra defensive. Actually, a death pack too. Is Wrecker actually panicking? That's Lynchborn too. That's every defensive. And his health is just getting shredded through regardless. Kachika is just staying in there. It's going to be rooted to Kachika. Wrecker's playing defensive. Kachika is just going to Beyblade himself out of there. Wrecker is in a close execute range. Trying to see if he can get those death strikes in. Execute comes out for him now, and Kachika slices him through. Next up is going to be Oblivious. Obliv as a Legolas. Just going to let Kachika pick up the eye. Does he go for maybe a scatter shot? And it looks like Rem did kind of... I guess Rem was there just to let Kachika get a Bloodthirst in there. And that's going to be Obliv. Wait, you can see him. Does get a big opener onto Kachika, dropping him to half health. It was basically on full health right now. Kachika is going to go for a Rage Regen. Or this early, actually. Charging off of the pet. I guess he's putting that thing on cooldown just so at least he can recover with the damage that Obliv is going to put out. Obliv's going to bail out, throwing down the Crucible Flame and a scatter shot onto Cat. Does he go for another aim shot? He does land another one. I guess Kachika decided, you know what? I need to get proactive here. Going to be a lot of traps and a lot of scatter shots for Obliv. And every time he gets a double tap rapid fire in there, or double tap aim shot in there, that's going to be tough. Kachika with actually no healing except for charge heals now for at least a little bit. It's going to be tough. It's an interesting move to put in Rage Regeneration on cooldown, though. I do wonder if it'll pay off for him. Hunter's gonna win. You guys think Hunter's gonna win? You don't think that, oh boy, Kachika is gonna win? You kidding me? Does land a scatter shot onto Cat with an aim shot to follow. It doesn't do the most amount of damage, but Kachika is still sitting about half health. And that's gonna be Obliv. Looking for the rapid fire. Does he go for the double tap rapid fire? I think he might have went for a double tap rapid for a Kachika spinning to him right now. Doesn't reflect available a little bit ahead of time. And it looks like Oblivious actually took his pet away. Is that what it is? I think he did take his pet away. He's not going to give Kachika the pet. Kachika shook us out of the freezing trap immediately, and Obliv looking to get another scatter shot. Needs to go for slows onto Kachika. Needs to get those slows ASAP. No, the pet does come back. I guess he does pull the pet out whenever he needs it. Stored his stun onto Cat with an aim shot to follow. Kachika took quite a bit of damage though. Obliv. What was that just now? I think an Azeroth trade just gave him a shield, but that's going to be execute range for Obliv. Out of nowhere, Kachika taking him out. Next up, last man standing, Rimuru landing a charge on Kachika. Is this Fury Warrior novice? Can he fight against Kachika, the Fury Warrior extraordinaire, the god of the Fury Warrior duels? Can he do it? Will he be able to? Rimuru definitely has that health advantage. Kachika is sitting at about half health, waiting for that enraged regeneration. So Kachika is going to be playing this duel from behind, boys. He's playing it from behind. Fear onto Rimuru does nab the enraged regeneration here. Rimuru, does he have anything to follow? I think he's playing in the Kachika's footsteps. He doesn't have disarm. He doesn't have stun. He just has double charge. And Rimuru's health is not really looking all that healthy. Gonna go for a bit of damage with a bunch of... oh my god, he's actually gonna have to go for rage regeneration. He's getting a lot of rampages, but his healing, his health is just not looking that good. That ain't it, Chief. You gotta do something else about that health. In rage regeneration down, and he didn't have the best healing out of it. Charge comes in for Kachika, looking to smoke this boy, executing him down into the ground. Was that Kachika 1v4? It was. Came back with his team without anybody being available. Last man standing came back and scolded him. Very well done, boys. Very well done. Very well done. I like it, man. I'm liking it. I'm liking that one. That was a long-ass duel, boys. Holy shit, you guys are giving me the longest duels in the world. Jeebus. We got a quick one where people are just dropping like flies. Fog is ready to go. Who else got a group? I want to see if Zakati's got a group. Atho got a group. 1 new people. Foggy, always opportunity. Let me save that. 15. Wait, no. No. Let me call it not 15, because we already have 15. 16. EU 16. What's up, OP-Sap? How you doing? What is this game? World of Warcraft. How you gonna lose like that? Ah, come on, James Lee. Come on, man. Everybody's got a first time in this. Plus, Kachika duels a bunch. Dalaran for Watch Championships commentator, please. They do cheesy, weird jokes, and unlike the one guy that sounds like he's a screaming singer with a weird voice. Oh, you're talking about Zika, right? You got like a real bad rasp. Dude, Zika is actually a very lovable guy. He does have a bit of a funky voice, sure, but maybe it's like a health thing. Maybe it's just puberty fucked him up like that. You know, fucked up his trachea. But dude, that guy, I'd love to join him in. I'd love to join in for that. For the commentator. There's a lot of cheesy jokes, but maybe that's like... maybe they're not allowed to say much besides the cheesy jokes, you know what I mean? Because they are trying to make it like kid-friendly or family-friendly, and the cheesy jokes kind of help out a little. So, I know that they do a lot of cheesy jokes, it's like, oh god. But I can't blame them though, dude. That's probably like in their contract or something. Cheesy jokes, you're not allowed anything edgy, anything... you know what I mean? I'm so glad I went back to watch the streams. Hydro, what's doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. I played in 4 months. I missed Duels OP. You could come back for Duels. 8.2 is a lot of fun, by the way. I'm having a blast with this one. It feels like a brand new expansion, dude. Ever performing on NA side on an oh shit, okay. Yo, NA, if NA wants to make some groups right now, I'm down to give NA maybe a round or two. Normally we have EU for like the whole time, but after 2 minutes, 2 hours. What are the 29 flavors of Dr. Pepper? One of 29 flavors. It's like carbonation, sugar, sugar, corn syrup, cornstarch, money. I would guess. Just a hypothetical. Ready to go? Same group? I want to mix it up. I think we'll get Atha versus Lord. I think just got to play. So we'll get Atha versus Foggy real quick, okay? Atha, man, and Foggy. NA duels, Zachary wants some NA duels. Yo, if y'all boys want to make some NA groups right now, after the 2 hours for EU are up, we could hop on NA, get a couple duels going real quick. I would have no problem with that, Zachary. What's up, guy? How you doing, my man? What? NA is you Friday? I know. But I had a lot of people on NA ask me, hey, after doing some EU, could you do a couple for NA? And I'm more than happy to get some duels going for NA as well, boys. More than happy. I'm liking the participation, man. Hey, normally we don't have enough NA people ever. So if you have enough people to want to do some duels today on NA, I might jump on. No guarantee, but I might jump in if you have groups, like real groups. So Twitch, what do we got for today? We got ourselves Dead and his team. Oh, rocking that good old fashioned. I like that mog more than others. Can I be honest? I like this mog more than others. I like the metal jaw and the helmet, the mechanical helmet. That particular one. Is that mop? I think it's a mop one, isn't it? We got a Doc carry in here too. Shiba Bunny, Shinja, and better rogue. At one point, monks were a better rogue under some expansions. We got ourselves our boy Arthur, man, on Team Alliance. Vinci coming back as a frost gnome. Look at that, dude. That's such a cool looking mog. I like it. I even like how your skull is happy in the back. Purple Haze is going to be up for... What? No, mind. Purple Haze is in the back. I messed up. Azazel in here too. Azazel. And we got Working versus Doc carry off the bat, getting Rooter down, and Doc getting kind of a couple dots in there. Working getting him with a bash. He's gonna trick it out of him. I think Doc is just trying to see what he could get out of him. That's gonna be, I think, a Gladiator Boomkin versus a Gladiator. Definitely like a really up there Gladiator Working. We've seen this guy fuck bitches up. That's at least 2400 balance druid, man. At least by the enchants, the Felguard, the Fel enchants from Legion. But Doc carry, can he carry his team versus Warky being the first man up? Warky took quite a bit of damage in the opener, and that's actually going to be a bit of AoE. Doc getting found out, Warky jumping on that ASAP, Thorns coming out immediately. Warky wants to get that root going, or Reflect going. That's actually not going to be able to get the most amount of damage. Cyclonic Blast coming out onto Doc carry. After he sounds, that's quite a bit of damage that's burning through him right now, and that's actually Doc going to go for the Lucid Dream in order to get a lot of Star Surges back to back while Incarnation is up. Warky not able to get a single heal during his Enrage Regeneration. Doc probably still has a lot of resources ready for a bunch of Star Surges getting interrupted onto Nature, or I believe Arcane. Bash to work and trick us out of it immediately, and Doc is still continuing to run. Brute Force, my man! Yo, thank you so much. Who was it just now? Brute Force 7. Can we get a hashtag Brute Force? Brute Force 7 in the chat, showing appreciation for the monthly donor. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate it. That's actually Working going down. So what the what? I was just saying thank you to a donation real quickly. Yeah, hey man, love your videos. Could you please make a short analysis on mage specs and powerful 8.2? I'll probably make an analysis on all the classes. Like, what's the strongest spec out of every single class? I'll probably do that. Thank you so much. Can we get a hashtag? Brute Force and Working went down to Doc carry. I think it's the first time we've seen a Boomkin beat a warrior. And I wasn't even there fully mentally for it. Azazel is looking for the boom so badly. He has that immolation aura rolling, just hoping he barely tags him. He does tag Doc here right now, forcing the druid to come out. Bash comes in, trick us out of it immediately. Is going to land a stun onto Doc carry, getting that Crucible Flame in there. It's going to go for that meta. Doc carry, getting those thorns up and running. This is what Azazel needs to try to purge those thorns ASAP, just so he can deal with them. Bark's going to be available for Doc carry, so lands himself a little bit of healing, and some dots onto Azazel. Azazel needs to get in there ASAP. Integral Root's trying to come out, doesn't get to interrupt him, doesn't get to root him, and it's actually going to go up in the air. Okay, that's Doc, I think he ate one. I think Doc just ate one fell lands, but I could be wrong. Azazel getting back down from his high, coming back in, and less than half health, actually dangerously low, and that's where his I-beam is going to allow him to get that Metamorphosis and get a bit of that leech. Doc Carriage is going to run away from it, just bailing out of there. ASAP getting hit with an imprison for a second, short stun by Azazel. And Azazel's Metamorphosis is down for the time being. Might have to go for a full meta. Does go for a full meta. That's why he wants to go for big damage. Bash onto Azazel right now. Does Doc carry have enough? He's going to go for Entangle Roots from Medicinal Azazel. Popping the Blurk. Does Doc have enough big damage here to get it? Another Entangle Roots trying to come out. Doesn't want to get rooted by Azazel. That's going to try to get those Lunar Strikes in there just to get Star Surges in there. Another root off of that cast. Immediately Thorns are up. Azazel could be done for. This is going to continue hitting damage. He's trying to range that Thorns, and that's actually going to go down as he kills himself with that blade dancing to Thorns. Oh my god. Doc is just obliterating people left and right. That's a Demon Hunter and a Warrior down. A Demon Hunter and a Warrior down. And that's not even any warrior, it's a gladiator warrior too. Atherman is up next. Is he going to be the next up? That's just going to be Doc Carry, running him down. I'm just going to get some dots going while getting some resources. Ather didn't take quite a bit of damage. Didn't take a lot there. I like your Mog, by the way. I like that one a lot. That is Doc Carry. Try to see if he can mount up. Doesn't even need to. Bash comes into Ather. Good to force out that adaptation immediately. Ather trying to get the slows rolling on the Doc. That's going to be Execution Sentence. Does he have the Hodge to follow? Going to be tricking out of Doc Carry immediately. Trying to power shift out of this. Good go for maybe a port. Is that going to be his port even? Tackle trying to come out onto Ather. And he actually dies right as he casts a Cyclone. What was that? Ather just kept it cool like a cucumber. Popping on the Globals back to back, hammered down the druid. It's actually doing a little bit of a cry for him. What a way to go. Doc Carry is just so confused. How do you... Cyclone has always been weird because sometimes you can Cyclone and still get interrupted. That's how weird Cyclone is, because you can get a Cyclone, you can get interrupted at the last moment, it still goes off. Makes no sense. Like, if it goes off, nobody should be able to do damage or interrupt past it. Or if it doesn't go off, just don't let it go off, game. Oh, Jesus. Who's next? Ather's just ready, man. He's like, who's up next? Gonna be Palmer trying to come out for Sheeping Bunny. Playing his hand a little bit early after that Invis. Could have gotten himself a better position. And Ather is gonna chase him into the room. Gonna land a root into Ather. Is gonna land the polymorph. No, not gonna happen. Trick inside of it. Still gonna land the polymorph regardless. That's gonna be instant adaptation for Ather. We're gonna be blink for Sheeping Bunny. Breath into Ather. Just separate. Another polymorph comes out. It's gonna be shortest polymorph in the world. Needs to make the greater pyroblast matter. It's gonna get quite a bit of damage. Gonna be full combustion coming out for Sheeping Bunny. Shield of Vengeance coming in for Ather. Temporal coming in for Sheeping Bunny. Can he burn through that Shield of Vengeance super quickly? Gonna be wings for Ather, man. That's gonna be a massive shield pop right now into Sheeping Bunny. Big damage to follow. Big safety trick is gonna be instant ice block immediately. And Ather just gonna cast skills right in his face while wings are not even up anymore. Gonna be another greater pyroblast. Ather just gonna walk out of it with a hand of freedom. Sheeping Bunny burning that warlock house on Hodge coming down as Ather getting back in though. Back-to-back stuns. Blood of the enemy. Big judgment. Trying to see if he can execute Sheeping Bunny. Doesn't have ice buck anymore. That's gonna be cauterized. Does have a shield to at least stop that cauterized for a second. Greater pyroblast still gonna come out at Ather. Does he get the back-to-back combo? Bringer Frost coming out. Ather's kind of out in the open. Trying to see if he can judgment him down. At least can heal himself as best as possible. Trying to finish him off. Another greater pyroblast did come in. Actually dropping Ather quite low on health. Ather got dangerously low for a second. And Sheeping Bunny blinks and interrupts him there. That would have been it. Is Ather dead? I think Sheeping Bunny's dead, pretty sure. Meteor coming down, dropping on him. Sheeping Bunny, if he just blinked, interrupted Ather and got a few fire blasted or pyro blasted in it, that would have been it. Polymorph to Ather, which is going to reheal him. No, it's going to actually get adaptation out. Still gonna land him a full reheal. That greater power blast is not gonna last. It's gonna be a Hodge out of Ather immediately. Sheeping Bunny out of options. That is gonna be all that she wrote. And Ather takes him out one global at a time. Shinja is up next. Dropping down the Conflago to Ather. Ather getting that execution set is rolling earlier to Shinja. And Shinja is going to port way out with that Infernal, ported way out too far. Does let us out to Ather with a cannonball to follow. Ather has wings rolling. Cyclonic Blast trying to come out. That's going to be a lot of damage on Shinja. Oh my god, that little laser pointer did so much damage right in his eyeball. Shinja actually having to burn Hellstone as Atherman has himself in a bubble. Full wings up and running. Actually going to find a little bit of line set as the bubble is about to fall off. Flashing lights back to back. Shinja has a pre-wall available. Atherman, your trinket right now with a laser pointer almost obliterates Shinja. And you can still use it while you're doing damage, which is nuts. Casbolts are coming out. And Ather double Casbolt. Gonna put him fairly low, but he does need to just get himself a reheal. Could be some more CC. Shinja's not out of the fight just yet. Ather does have a bubble, doesn't have a bop though. Has a Shield of Vengeance. That's going to be a short pad CC, 8 minutes and 20% dampening coming in right now. Going to be a horror effect onto Ather. Shinja landing the fear, not going to happen. Trick inside of it immediately. Going to be interrupted. He's trying to get some sort of CC going. Shinja trying to see if he can bail out of it. Not going to port anywhere. You're not going anywhere tonight, kid. Dead is up next. Trying to see if he can end Ather right now. Could be Shield of Vengeance coming in for Ather as we speak. Maybe a Bob right now. Dead won't have an answer for it regardless. Ather trying to see if he can survive. Shield of Vengeance coming out. Might even want to... actually, Bob comes out and said, oh, shield regardless, it's going to be a freezing trap to put him in place. Ather's in a really bad spot. Barely has any health. No bubble for a while. No way to heal against Dead. No way it's going to be. And Dead does use a poor ripple of space in a weird location. Actually, Ather get himself in a bit of a opportunity to get a bit of a reheal. Could go for a Hodge onto Dead, but that's not going to do much. I would have done it anyway. Maybe he didn't have Hodge back up. Which is a possibility. Purple Haze up next to chase it after Dead. Not letting go anywhere. Landing that stun on him. Dead needs to find a way to deal with Purple. He might just have to play the long game against him. Purple's gonna bail in there, get some healing off of that pet. Dead. Setting up those traps ahead of time. Has a charge trap available. Doesn't have any of the other traps available. Purple Haze is gonna run through him. Gonna be a stun back by Purple as he trinkets out of that. Dead setting that stun into a freezing trap as he has some cooldowns rolling. And Dead actually doing damage back to Purple to take him out of that trap. I don't know if that was a good idea. Metamorphosis right on top of Dead's head, throwing down yet another trap. And Purple Haze doesn't even eat it. Stun into Dead. Dead hasn't tricketed anything so far. Purple still continuing to chase after Dead. He has nowhere to go. He's going to get himself a bit of a ripple in space. Try to see if he can kite Purple Haze in one direction. He's going to go to the other. Does he get himself a bit of a manic advantage? No, he does not. Something magical just hit him. He's going to have to go for a turtle shell. Wow, that manic bandage was... That's going to be really tough for Dead. If he can catch himself a full camo maybe, and he might be able to do something here. If he can somehow catch a full camo. But I don't think without health, that manic bandage was the ability you needed to work. Maybe he can still kite Purple. Purple just going through those traps, doesn't even care. Actually didn't even need that trap. Stun to Dead, trinkets out of it. And Dead barely has any health. Manic bandage is trying to come out again. Something's stopping that manic bandage every single time. And Purple is going to get stunned up by the pet. Is going to run through a trap right now. Dead, does he have a camo? Purple is going to have eyes regardless. I feel like Dead needs to land a camo and a freezing trap onto Purple if he wants to get a full reset. Not gonna happen. Oh my god. Oh, if he only turtle shelled into manic bandage, then Dead might have had enough health to at least do something. But here, not gonna happen. Better Rogue is up next. And this guy stopped Purple Haze and his onslaught. It's gonna be the most mobile class versus the most mobile class. It's going to be the more mobile. Touch Death coming down to Purple Haze right now with a massive Fist of Fury. Going to be a massive touch right now into Purple. Safety Chicken Brocken right now. Doesn't have a defensive to deal with right now. He's trying to see if he can stay afloat. God doesn't even have rain for a bunch to fly out of that situation. He's going to backflip out of there, anime style. But Rogue just tried to chain lightning him from a distance. I've been coming in for Purple Haze just to get the Metamorphosis Blade Dance. Trying to get the leash to do what he can. But now he's going to deal down. Oh, poor boy. Board coming in for Better Rogue just so he can get himself a reset. Next up is going to be the last man standing. Gavinci, the hero that Alliance needed. The mechanical gnome. Look at this bad boy. It's giving him a full reset, dude. He even got the weapons for it. Oh my god. That's a good looking Mog, dude. That's an awesome looking Mog. That's actually really... Look at the detail of that thing. Thank you so much for hanging out, Gavinci. We appreciate it, Ad. But now he's going to have to verse a Better Rogue right now. Fist of Fury locking out Gavinci in a massive parry. Does land a stun onto Better Rogue with a Cyclonic Burst. Trinket too. Lots of damage into Better Rogue right now. Forces save to Trinket. That is going to be a Karma immediately. Gavinci just continues to truck through that Karma. He doesn't even care anymore. Needs to get himself a lot of healing rolling. He just doesn't have a lot of heals right now. Might want a Death Pact right now. He does Death Pact to Better Rogue. It's going to go for heals. Trinket coming out for Gavinci. Interrupt to Better Rogue on his heal. Can he maybe grip him in and get a lot of healing? Try to wait out for the Death Pact right now. A Lynchborn coming out. No IBF coming out. And needs to go for that transfusion. Heal right now. No! He almost had him too. No! He almost had it, dude. He was getting the hero of Alliance. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Oh, Jesus. That was so much. That was a roller coaster of emotions. Oh. Jesus. Have a full group up. Who's got the second group up on an A? Who's got a second group up on an A, boys? We need 2 groups on an A, Michael. 2 groups on an A, and then we can do some NA duels. Jesus, dude. That trinket is so strong when you get that thing. Feign death with the PvP challenge removes magic dots. Oh, it does. I couldn't clear Azeroth magic dot. Oh, I guess that was a decent dot. Or a different dot. Zach does. Does Zachary actually have people? I'll make an NA group. I got a flying, so I have the trinket too. I busted for mage. That's busted. Can you get it for 100% critical combustion? I have a group, but no one signed up. So wait, Zach has a group? Wait, if Zachary has a group, if Michael and Zachary are in a different group, then we have 2 groups. I'm in a group, don't have a second group. Wait, Zachary, you with Michael, right? If you are with Michael, then we only have 1 group. No, there's no crit. Oh, is this a passive damage? Okay. How you doing, by the way, C-Mark? Ready, new people? Alright, Katja can get a group. Do we have anybody else on EU? Kind of. Fair enough, fair enough. Many benefits doesn't clear Azeroth debuff and notice unintentional. Yeah, that's why if you are playing a Feral, popping a Moonfire on a Survival Hunter is insanely big in a duel. Because they can't take it off. 5 out of 56. We got 4 we here in the EU. That team just got to play. We could do Ketchikan versus Lore Lord. Because Foggy did just get to play, man. Big in August tomorrow. Just another duel on Call It. We have it. No, if we after this duel, if we still have a group on NA, I'll be down. I had a lot of people ask me if I could do maybe an NA duel at the end of an EU duel. So I'd be perfectly fine with it, boys. Perfectly fine with it. What servers are you doing duels on? It doesn't matter what server, it just matters the region. I got Boomy obliterating people in 2 names. I got 4 in the queue. I do kind of want to see the Glad Boomy though. Actually, yeah, I think I am. You know, I think I will let that play. I think I will get dead versus Ketchikan. I think I will do that. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. 1v1. Who wants to 1v1 though? By the way, that's another good question. We'll have an Apocalypse tomorrow. Maybe. I mean, if we have a group, I have no problem hopping on there. Because I had a bunch of people ask me, hey, would you please? Would you? Was a possibility that you could? Prox? You versus Prox? You versus a Feral? Oh my goodness. I think it would hate life. I think it would quit the game if you did that. Working Mutation has been declined. Ketchikan and Foggy. Are you guys in the same group? Hold on. Okay. I can one-shot as all 3 mage specs right now, by the way. I found crazy stuff. With an essence. Which one are you going for? Which one are they doing? Has to go, I'll invite another. One has to go? Okay. No, we're not. Okay, that. Be sure you're good to go. Ready now? Okay, hopefully it works. I can't wait till tomorrow. I can't wait to see it till tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I guess it's good. If you want to DM me what your secret is, I'd like to know. But if you want to just... If you want to keep it to yourself and just not tell anybody, 40 people, I'm the only old player. Yeah, we can get Lord in if this group doesn't work out with Foggy and Cat. I do want to see the Boomy play though too. It's the first time we've seen Boomy do that well, so I'm actually interested. And his sub rogues, we had at least one. But a lot of people playing Assassination right now. Anyone's got a group on NA going? Is Michael and Zachary in the same group? Zachary and Michael, are you guys in the same group or separate groups? Michael, do you have Zachary in your group? If you don't, then that's 2 separate groups. If you do, then that's 1 group. Isn't Blood of the Enemy plus Revered channel thing plus Burst? Revered channel thing. Okay. Blood of the Enemy Revered channel Burst. Interesting. Hold on, Kiss here, relog and add on. Sorry for delay. It's all good, Ketchikan. All good, my dude. Same group? Okay. I'm scared to join. I'll get a monker join. I'm dead ski. Oh, sashimi. Sashimi, it's all for fun and games, man. It's all for fun anyway. It's all for fun. You're more than welcome to. Ready this time. Alright, both of these are ready. Awesome. And if anybody wants to do a 1v1, let me know, boys. I'll be down. I need 2 on NA. Wait, you actually got a group? If you get 2 more on NA Horde, I guess. Horde. Yeah, if you get 2 more on NA Horde, we can get Zachary's group versus Seawark's group. Hopefully I have both of you guys still added. Because they didn't remove y'all, but everybody know. Coming in, logging off, coming in, logging off. Some people have been removing me. I'm like sad about it, but it's okay. What do we got? Switch. Who do we got for? Oh, wait. Zuko sounds very familiar. I don't know why. This man is literally naked though. Naked. He literally spawned in the graveyard as an undead. And he was like, alright, let's go, boys. Let's do this. We also got ourselves Shamanismus. Shamanismus, everybody. Happy Shamanismus. Ho, ho, ho. We got Fog in there. Dog carry. And we got us as better rogue. We got a team red. We got Dirksbind, IHGH. What do you look like right now? Oh, I'm liking that mog. Ketchikan in there. Kissy coming back as the Demon Hunter. And Trodos striding his way out of here. Gonna be Doc Carrier versus Dirksbind out of the bat. Rogue versus Balance Druid. That's gonna be an interesting one. Out of the bat, it's me and Noob. Oh, it is. No fucking wonder. I knew that I knew the name. You guys know how I am with names. Tampa, when you have a one name Tampa, then your battle net is like Gregory or something, and then your character, that's just an example, and then you name it, character name is Zuko, and then you send me a DM on Discord and your name is like Phillips Jr. the Third. It's like, I can't keep up with these names. I'm already having a hard time remembering everyone's names. So I knew you were familiar, I just didn't know who it was. I'm happy to see you, Tampa. I'm happy to see you in here. Looks like we're actually going to switch up. It's going to be IH versus Doc Carry instead. And Better Rogue is just setting up a port and backing up. I know, IH, you are dueling the Boomkin. Hopefully they are aware. But Doc Carry should be aware that it's not the Rogue. It's actually the Survival Hunter. As you should see the flare, going to be a dot coming in by IH. The Doc Carry is going to stay mounted up. Hibernate coming on the pet so he can actually do some damage. Going to be popping the Incarn off the bed, and IH is going to bail out of it immediately. Nice trident, by the way. That looks insane. Going to be Doc running the long way around the pillar, and that's actually going to be a cat and a mouse. IH getting a bash into Doc Carry getting bash into IH. Is going to root down the pet, has massive Incarn right now, and IH just doesn't want to get hit by that. Steel Freezing Trap sitting over there. Going to drop down Starfall on one side. Maybe that'll do some damage to IH. It's doing a little damage. Maybe he can force him out, coax him out in the open. Still has Incarn, not anymore though. Barkskin coming out, not a Barkskin. Thorns coming out for Doc. Not going to get hit from melee by IH. Just choosing to go for the Eagles. Is going to walk up and melee. Doing some damage to Doc Carry. Doc Carry doing quite a bit of damage to him back. Doc going to go for a Swiftman. Harpoon coming in for IH. Wants to go for big setup. Coordinate Assault running out. Is going to get a Freezing Trap as soon as he sees Doc Carry popping that Lucid Dream. Not going to give him the resources to spend at all. Not going to let him use those Star Shortages as much as he wants. The Cyclone trying to come out. I don't know if he has a Kintrop for it. Does not land a Cyclone. Oh, it does land a Cyclone on the pet actually with a couple of regrowths to follow. IH still at a massive advantage versus Dog. Dog doesn't have a trinket for a while. Traps to put up. Is going to power shift those traps immediately. Needs to get himself more Swiftments. Bash coming onto IH. Does he have enough damage right now? Hibernate onto the pet and still playing very defensively. Going to get himself a regrowth rolling with a reju, but our Freezing Trap is going to put him up in a bad spot. It's going to be manic bandages as he does go for a feint death to clear himself off of all magical dots so he can get that heal. Thorns coming out, and IH doesn't have the aspect of the Eagle, but he does have Lucid Dream of his own, trying to see if he can make the damage happen. Wait, is he not an aspect of the Eagle? I don't think he is. That's going to be a lot of Mongoose bites for him though. Thorns is still up for Doc Carry. Does he have a way to turn around on this hunter, trying to get the resources rolling? Does he have the healing though? And a Mongoose bite does snipe him out. Next up is going to be Foggy Hodge onto IH in case there's any traps. Going to go for full wings, trying to see if he can get a temporal verdict in there. It's going to be Manning better just in a turtle shell for IH. Popped himself in a nice little cocoon, getting his pet up and running so the pet can actually fight. That's going to be Foggy getting hit with a Freezing Trap. Trinkets out of it just to stay afloat. It's going to be a stun to follow. Does he pop it? Actually using a lot of defenses just to catch up to IH. It's going a long way. It's still going to be able to take him out. I think he even killed him with an execution sentence too. That is crazy. Interesting choice. Next up is going to be Trados way. Oh, changed up his Mogalot. Bunker down for Foggy. Foggy still has was that a trinket rolling for him or something? I think it is. Going to be a Hodge into Trados right now. Just aided for a second. Foggy doesn't have a trinket for a while though. Doesn't have a bop either. Has a bubble for the next guy. That's going to be Shield of Vengeance coming down right now for Foggy. And Trados just doesn't want to deal with it. He's just going to bail out of there, man. He does pop Recklesses, but he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go back. First aid. Foggy is the only one that benefits from having that shield because it'll pop back into Trados. Allow him to kind of karma it through. Does get to tag Trados as he's trying to charge across as a high mounted Tauren. Actually, where are his antlers? I think his helmet is covering his antlers. Looking a little weird. Can't tell what kind of a Tauren he is with this helmet on. But he's going to go for that Lucid Dream of his own. Trying to see if he can get a bunch of rampages in there. Foggy is going to go for Hand of Freedom. Trying to see if he can kite around. From trying to see if he can juke him around the other side. Does cast a Flash of Light. Does try to juke him out. And does get away from him for just a moment. Separating themselves between the pillar. Trados, can he somehow catch up to Foggy? Needs to catch up on a lot of his damage. Is going to get a charge kill off of Foggy, but Foggy could go for a set of wings right now. Is going to pop middle long wings because that'd be a Hodge right now. Does get a reflect rolling. Foggy reflecting the X. Going to set his back at himself. Maybe a judgment or two. Does get himself a heal. Trados is still fairly low in health. Sage Chicken coming down. Is going to go for Enrage Regeneration. Foggy could bubble this if he needs to. Hodge onto Trados, playing very defensive. Is going to go for a Flash of Light. Won't have that Hodge whenever he wants to go for the kill onto Trados though. Trados doesn't get quite as long of a leap as he wants to, but that's going to be slow by Foggy regardless. Does land at first aid just to keep up. 5 minutes in, we are sitting ourselves at 2% dampening right now. And now we're getting a group for NA. Awesome, boys. Awesome. Foggy versus Stratos. Stratos popping off. His Reckless is going to be wings coming in for Foggy right now. Lots of damage on Stratos. Not looking all that healthy. Doesn't have a way out of it. Does he maybe get a reflect stun onto Foggy? That's going to be Foggy. Still has bubble if he needs to, but does take out Stratos as the heavy duty boy charges at him. Going to be Kissy coming in next. That's Foggy's going to trick it out of a hard drive to Kissy. Try to see if he can force a trick out of him. He does not. Foggy is going to go for a little bit of a reset with his flash of lights. I'll say your name Foggy. Oh my god, that brings back so many memories. I'll tell him next time that Foggy is dead or something. But next time these dudes get a for big separation. Somebody remind me of that. Kissy going to go up in the air. Doesn't get the fell lances. And Foggy is going to get a shield advantage rolling. Really wants a shield advantage to pop. Getting the minute long wings rolling for Kissy. Shield advantage popping a little bit early. Kissy is just kind of trying to avoid the swings as best as possible. Doesn't want to get hit. Foggy looking like he's going to have a trick in about a minute 20. But until then, Kissy can maybe try to see if he can force out a bubble out of him. Getting that metamorphosis rolling too. Back-to-back I-beams. Back-to-back blade dances onto Foggy. Hand of freedom rolling for him. Try to see if he can bail away. The Demon Hunter not let him go anywhere. Safety chick can even get him forced out for the Paladin. And the Demon Hunter is trying to use fell rushes around the corner. Try to see if he can catch up. No souls on him yet. Hodge coming down. Trick gets out of it. Foggy can maybe turn this around somehow. Does have a bubble if he needs to. As long as he doesn't get interrupted on the cast, he should be good. Might have to bubble this right here. Does bubble. He can turn around offensively back to Kissy since he is immune. No, sees that Kissy is not getting taken too much damage. Doesn't have cooldowns of his own. Needs to go for flashlight. Stun coming out right now. Foggy has nothing for this one. Could that be the end of a Paladin right now? Stun to follow again. Another Annihilate in there. Foggy getting the execution sentence. And down he goes. Kissy taking him out. What Foggy was... Really quick, back in Taurus, the boss would make fog happen. And if somebody died to the fog, which is a one-shot basically, back in my old guild in Dalaran, we'd call it foggers. So if somebody died to it on the day that we killed the boss, if somebody died to the fog when we killed the boss finally, Argus, they would have to rename the character Foggers. I think somebody did that the day we did kill him. Somebody did rename the character Foggers. Somebody need to have the name Foggy. It makes you think of the good old days with the old guild. Shaman is does get a short shield, but that gets broken through very quickly. Playing that elemental Kissy. He's gonna get hit with a stun. Greater Earth Elemental bashing him right now. Elixir just coming out for Shaman. Does get locked out. Does he out? Another Light Lassa. Light Lassa coming out. Gonna be shortest stun onto Kissy. Doesn't sit it for long. Hex trying to come in. Is gonna be imprisoned by Kissy. Trying to see if he can just see Shaman as best possible. Stun from range. Is gonna get Blade Dance. And that's gonna be Kissy taking yet another one out. Kissy was already not as bad as a Feral, but as a Demon Hunter, they're on a whole nother level. Leg sweep comes in. Shortest leg sweep in the world. And Kissy is just gonna fly up in the air. Better Rogue is gonna port. Does eat one fell lance to him. Gonna play druid that's not Resto Feral. Gonna play druid that's not Resto like Boomy. You can. You get a Boomy a Feral. Oh my god. I won't have to embarrass myself today. Sashimi. I've been coming out for Kissy. Tricky coming in for better rogues. He doesn't want to set the Sun's Fist Fury. Dropping out Kissy. Not letting him get any kind of cast in. As a Whirling Dragon Punch by better rogue. Vivifies are coming out for him right now. More Vivifies back-to-back. Kissy is still not letting him go anywhere. He needs to break through that Karma over Rogue. Needs to get him to use Karma first. Better Rogue continue to run. Vivifies back-to-back. Trying to maintain himself as best as possible. Does let him interrupt into Better Rogue with a Blade Dance to follow back-to-back. Better Rogue is looking for that Fist of Fury immediately. That's going to be images up and running. Kissy needs to make a break out of there. No, actually goes for a stun with the eye beam back-to-back stun on the images. Trying to see if he can force the Karma out of Better Rogue. And he does. It's going to land in prison on him. Trying to see if he can bail away from him. Just trying to run out of there. Could go flying up in the air if he ever needs to. Vivifies coming in for Better Rogue. Kissy needs to be aware of his situation. Could be a leg sweep out of Better Rogue any moment. That's going to be in cap with the Vivifies. Needs to try to fly up in the air. Could try to fly up. Trick it out of him immediately. But Rogue needs to find himself line of sight. It's going to line of sight for a second with wall up and running. Kissy has darkness if he ever needs to. That's the only potential portion moment of his defensives that he has left. Is actually going to bail out of there for a second. Not the best opportunity because Better Rogue is simply just going to heal behind the pillar. Kissy getting those resources up and running little by little. Stun onto Better Rogue into an eye beam. Blade Dance needs to drop darkness if he needs the defensive rolling right now. Gets a blur for just a second. Better Rogue porting way out of the Kissy still has metamorphosis rolling. Port making his way over to the other side of the pillar. Ring of Frost, Ring of Peace coming down for Better Rogue in prison for Kissy. To get Better Rogue out in place is going to put him out in the open. Could go darkness. Touch of Death is going to come down. Might want to touch of Death. This does get a stun. Wait, which one is this one? Which one is which? Darkness could come down maybe. Touch of Death is going to eliminate you. Almost take him out with Touch of Death. So went him and now. It's going to be a short stun to Better Rogue. but he does leg sweep at Kissy. Touch of death. I would have probably put darkness down and truck a better rogue. Just darkness and pummel damage into him back to back to back. But he's going to have a karma very, very soon. 34% damage, but it's still letting him get quite a bit of heal. And Dirk's Bind getting that opener as an outlaw. That is a muck for a 3 roll, rolling a little bit early, trying to go for a stun ASAP. Oh, Rudd is trying to go for a bit of a dance. Get a hit with a stun. Drake gets out of into a full leg sweep, and better rogue actually getting the full opener. Stun onto his Fist of Fury, which puts him out of a weird spot. Going to be a karma immediately, and better rogue is just trying to kind of min-max the damage into Dirk's Bind, trying to force him out. As soon as Dirk's bails out of it, better rogue is going to go for Vivifies back to back. I guess with Dirk's Bind, he doesn't really have to worry about karma that much. He can kind of throw the karma away. We'll see if that does a payoff for him or not. Cheap shot comes in for Dirk's Bind, maybe back-to-back stuns. Does get himself the big energy regeneration rolling into a disarmament to better rogue, not letting him Fist of Fury at all into a killing spree, but afterwards has so much energy just to pump into better rogue. Try to see if he can maybe get a Fist of Fury. Not going to happen. Going to be advantage out of Dirk's Bind. Vivifies it coming out for better rogue. Again, just trying not to get caught in Fist of Fury. Fist of Fury coming out. Has a blind for him. Is not going to be tricking out of better rogue. He does trick him to get a whirling jacket punch rolling. Stun into better rogue right now. No trick available. Does Dirk's Bind end him right here? Parry comes out. That's going to be better rogue porting out. Dirk's Bind is still chasing around top of him. Ring a piece, booping out of the way, running out to the other side, in cap to stop him in place. And it's going to maybe try to see if he can get a leg sweep. Does get a leg sweep in there. Maybe has enough damage to take out Dirk's Bind right now. Does he have enough? Courage comes in before the Fist of Fury comes out. Maybe he has enough. Maybe a stun could come in for Dirk's Bind. Does get a kick onto a cast for better rogue. Does he have a stun ready? Does have a stun ready between the eyes right now. And better rogue does go down. Looks like Dirk's Bind was the better rogue. Zuko is up next. Try to see if he can maybe make a play into Dirk's Bind. Lagging a bit right now. Getting those temporals back in there. Getting those big pyro blasts in there. Oh my god, the lag for this boy though. Holy. Oh my god. We're gonna watch Dirk's Bind landing a sap on Zuko. Keep it in place like, whoa. Slow down there, partner. Slow down there, partner. 46% dampening. In the second Crimson Vial, Kachika is going to be the last man left. Worse than Zuko. Cheap shot coming out for Dirk's Bind. Hopefully Zuko doesn't have too many crazy abilities for procs, because that shield is just going to proc for him crazy. Getting a blink. Does he play for a instacast blinks? Does he play for Shimmer? He does look like he played for Shimmer. Gonna get a blink back at Dirk's Bind. Try to min-max the damage. Cloaker shot is coming in for Dirk's as he's just trying to get those scorches, and advantage comes in for Dirk's. And Zuko has all those images up and running. All this images available. Dirk's Bind just got himself a full reset with a massive heal. But is not really wanting for Zuko to pick up eyes or more run around or anything. Maybe he's feeling pretty confident. Zuko still has a trinket if he ever needs to. Dirk's Bind also does have a trinket. But no Cloak of Shadows might put Dirk's Bind in a bad situation. Does he go opener? He doesn't want to open yet. And as soon as he sees him picking up the eye, Zuko could still find him. Does find him, sending a Pyroblast in there. Letting the damage burn. Dirk's Bind is going to get a concoction. Big blink available for Zuko. Does he play the... I think he plays Ripple in Space, actually, because of so much mobility he has. I haven't been noticing. Getting the Phoenixes in there, and Dirk's Bind has nothing. Blind comes in, trinkets out of it. Gouges Zuko. Does he have the stun ready for it to follow? Does have a killing spree. Does Zuko have enough damage? Trying to burn him. Flame Strikes are coming out. No Flame Strikes, but Fire Blast. And Kachika is going to be the last man left. Pop it in there, dude. Look at all Tauren-esque with a massive bike. I like it, dude. I like your bike. I don't really like the bike. Can you go back on the bike, Kachika? I like the bike a lot. But can you put Kachika on a bike? Gonna be adaptation for Cat. Reflecting back at Zuko. Gonna put this mage into place. Ice block immediately for Zuko. As this Kachika popping some cooldowns. Just gonna have to wait him out. Fire. It's gonna be fire versus fury. Fire and Fury does still land a polymorph onto Kachika. Is going to go for a big combustion damage to Cat as he's going to get himself an Enrage Regeneration rolling. Stomp onto Zuko just so he can get a bit of health. Is going to trade that Enrage Regen for that combustion. Not letting the mage get any kind of advantage. Zuko getting interrupted on fire. Kachika is continuing to pump damage to him. Zuko unable to really heal at this point. Maybe he just needs to find a way to separate away from Kachika and try to get those scorches in there. Try to stay mobile, but Kachika double charge. Not going to let it happen. That's going to be a reflect available. Zuko is going to have his cauterize came down. That wasn't even a match. Kachika slamming through the boy. That wasn't even a match. But he came in and did well against Dirk's Bind. I like that. I like that. Who won a lot of games there? It actually is hard to tell with you guys leaving. Don't leave so I can see the matches at the end of the history. The BM out or rogue? You think so? Go NA. All right, boys. We're gonna hop on NA real quick for one quick duel because NA has groups ready. EU, thank you so much for playing. I appreciate you, boys. We're gonna hop on NA for just a quick second. NA is ready to go. We need to give them a round, okay? I didn't think NA would have a group though. I had a lot of people ask me, hey, could you? And I was like, yeah, I'm perfectly open to it. I'm open-minded like that. Your boy Dalaran, open-minded. Look at my Corsair mustache. That's an open-minded man right there. Again, I gotta put some more wax in this thing. He doesn't really like to stay in the middle as well. Or maybe I need to cut it down a bit. I'm gonna drop on Dalaran real quick. I want to do an A real quick. We're gonna do one quick a day. Real quick. Send me a DM with B tag real quick. I'll pop your boys in here, okay? Okay, NA. And then after that NA duel, we'll see if we do more. Or if we'll call it here. Because I haven't got to eat so far. Dalaran, Fire, Frost. I think Fire right now is a lot of fun, Seavark. It's up to you though, dude. Whichever spec you enjoy, man. Whichever one you think you get the biggest damage with that trinket. Zachary got a group. Okay, 5 out of 5. Let's go. Seavark, where you at? Are you ready? PM me right now if you got a group. Real quick. Real quick. Go, 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 go. Please. No 2 NAs. I'm not in the other group. I want to do 1. Fire is boring. Whichever one you want to do, Seavark. Whichever one gets the biggest damage. Do I have you added? I do. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Thank God you didn't remove me. Zachary and Seavark. Real quick one on an A, boys. Really quick on an A. Since they're ready, man. They want to play too. Fridays off with the boys. Saturdays off with a man. And I want to pop a cold one with all y'all. But if it is ready, I'm perfectly fine with it. Lilith is the one who asked me too. Switch. Let's get a group up and running. Why have you not added me, Pepe Hands? I'm so sorry. We got ourselves some Team Red. We got Boomer coming back as a good old outlaw. Seavark popping in, gonna show us the biggest trinket. He's not even a fire mage, not a arcane mage, not a frost mage. He's a trinket mage. We got Lilith hanging out as assassination. We got Jamie on Illidan, gonna pop off as a red. Matuk's coming in as a big old. That's probably the best looking Mog right here. As a Magar, I gotta say, best looking Mog. You guys can take every angle of this. Look at that mean orc ass right there. Ooh, looking good. Blazer on Team Blue. We got ourselves Fads coming in as Arcane Mage. NTX Wag? And Tax Wog? We call him N-Dog. Please, third on Warlock and Zachary. What's with the kilt? Everybody's still naked, man. Have some decency, man. Gotta be Blazer up first. Worse is Seavark. Gotta be, what is it, Arcane Mage? It is an Arcane Mage. Worse is Paladin off the bat. Everybody get a flying, dude. That's the coolest flying mount. That's a really cool flying mount, I gotta say. I really like it, the mechanical bird thing. That's a real cool one. Like, I remember what we got in WoD was just kind of crappy. In Legion, did we even get one in Legion? We must have, right? We must have got someone for getting flying. I don't think we did. Breath comes in onto Blazer with a Palmer to follow. Gonna go for a greater Pyroblast off the bat. Probably Ring of Frost to follow. It does land a Ring of Frost onto Blazer into second greater Pyro. I think that might be actually a one-shot onto Blazer right now. And Seavark, does he pop some cooldowns? No, he actually just got oh, blinks into interrupt Blazer right now. Scorches to follow. Blazer is gonna pop the Warlock Hellstone just to keep himself afloat. Flashlights are coming out. Hodge onto Seavark. Doesn't have the damage though. He's rooted. It is gonna pop wings regardless though. Trying to make a play. That's gonna be Seavark going to go for a big breath playstyle. Not a breath actually. That's blood of the enemy. I don't think he's gonna be able to get the big damage in anymore. About blood of the enemy, but I don't know if he needs it to get the big damage in. Temporal Force, Seavark does land a palm over into Blazer. I think he's just kind of trying to set him up. Cyclonic Blast trying to come out. Does he not land it? I don't think he landed it. I don't think he landed that trinket. That's what he's trying to work is the trinket play style. There's a weird trinket in Mechagon that lets people kind of blows people up with a massive laser beam. Seavark is going to go for a bit of a reset versus Blazer is going to breath him out in the open. Polymorph should be DR'd. It is kind of DR'd. Does still land Greater Pyro? No, he's a little bear. When he became a little bear, it did kind of path in a weird direction. Dropping down Micho and Blazer, he's going to hand freedom out of that route immediately. Flash of light. Seawork so far hasn't been able to set up on Blazer, as Blazer is hanging out by the pillar way too closely. So Seawork might have to go to the other side of the pillar, get Blazer while he's kind of trying to make his way out in the open. Probably might be the best way. Just cut him off while he's trying to get out. He's going to hang out by the pillar. Seawork at least needs to gets a great line of sight. He's going to be able to do a lot this way. Go to Pyroblast, Ring of Frost to follow, trying to see if he can maybe... Oh no! Misses that Ring of Frost by a hair! And the blink wouldn't be enough to help him connect. Blazer's still going to run at Seawork, getting rooted out. Could go for a Hand of Freedom. Does go for a Hand of Freedom. Ring of Frost does come down. Temporal coming in for Seawork. That was just an unlucky Ring of Frost, dude. That was just very unlikely. Seawork is going to get hodged up. Blazer is going to go for the mid-long wings, trying to see if he can make the big play happen. Seawork's shield comes up for a second, but it's going to be another polymorph onto Blazer. It is a full poly. Does land a greater Pirates. He's going to go for big damage right after. Dropping down the Meteor, trying to see if he can make a play. Cyclonic Blast comes in, but that's going to be a bubble out of Blazer, not letting Seawork even get his trinket working. That's going to be trying to see if he can land himself an invis. Not going to happen. Seawork might have to ice block this. Carter Rice coming out right now. Ice blocks as he doesn't lose the health. That was actually intense. Blazer just popped the bubble and tried to go min-max it. Seawork, I don't think we'll ever get to play that trinket play style. Polymorph onto Blazer. No, doesn't even get it off. It was actually short his breath. And down goes Seawork. We were hoping to see some kind of a trinket build. Not gonna happen. Very unlike. Very unlucky. It's not possible for me to win. Oh, man. I think you can. You almost had him. Boomer does get that ambush in there onto Blazer, trying to go for a drone rush, get himself re-roll, stun coming out. Blazer breaking out of that stun immediately with the blood of the enemy, trying to see if he can make a big play against Boomer. Boomer's already setting it up. Blazer hasn't even really got to hit him. Bopping up wings on a parry coming in for Boomer. Blazer is still trying to get those hammers thrown in there. Has a bop for Boomer if he needs to. Bop comes out. Does Boomer have any ways for it? Does get a mallet on the Blazer, trying to suppress his healing as best as possible. Blazer is going to flash to light himself back after full. Boomer is getting into the regenerating off, and Blazer is going to mount up in there. Doesn't have a lot of health. Does he have a trinket to deal with Boomer? That Matic actually messed him up some heavy. He's going to go for another reset as Boomer does get himself another reroll into a full stun. I think that boy is out of here. A few more strikes, and Blazer, ooh, right before he could get a Hodge in there. That's going to be a cloaker shadow for Boomer. Getting those pan procs working. Hodge coming in to Boomer. Does he trinket out of it? He does not. Boomer, Blazer, actually, no, did force out a trinket out of Boomer just so he can throw a Blazer. Is going to grapple out of there as Fadeds is getting in there, man. He's popping in big cooldowns right now. Getting big instant cast into Boomer. Blind comes in. Trick outside of it into a gouge so Boomer can control him. Getting the concoction roll. Does he have a stun? He does have a mark for that stun ready. That's going to be a lot of damage back to Fades as he's just popping his cooldowns a little too early. Did blink right on top of Boomer, and actually did use Arcane Explosion right on top of him, but Boomer in Vanish has a few seconds of immunability, or at least a few seconds that doesn't take him out of stealth. So just walked in the other direction of Fades, barely got out of there. And Fades going to catch a full reset. Could Arcane Explosion in a random opportunity? If he Arcane Explosions right now, he could find Boomer. Does he do it? That's always the question. Because most of the time, may just kind of wait, and it's like sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. It's all about the mind games. And Fades knows that there's no way Boomer is going to be out in the open. Is going to go for Arcane Explosions right here. Boomer is going to get that ambush in there. Actually, is that a good idea to ambush? I don't know. I've been playing my Outlaw Rogue a little bit different. I don't really ever ambush, really. I know the purpose of it. Going to be a temporal for Phase right now, so Boomer just doesn't have any damage for him, or at least should save a lot of the damage with resources. Getting those pistol shots to keep the slows going. A drone rush is rolling for Boomer right now. Could he get a big setup onto Fades? Does go for blood on the enemy. Stun onto Fades. Gonna be an ice block, and it's gonna bail out of it immediately. Gouge for Boomer. Gonna get a second concoction rolling. Re-rolling some buffs into kill spree, not letting Fades go anywhere. Might have a grapple hook after him. Arcane Blast Arc coming out. Try to get a couple freebies. Grapple available for Boomer. Does even interrupt Fades on his cast. Does he have a second stun to follow? Maybe he does have mark for that stun. And I think Fades is out of options. Our human tricky coming out. Arcane Missiles doesn't have a lot. Boomer taking him out. Anti-Dog. Anti-Sog? What are you? I want to call him Anti-Dog. Can you call him Dog? Dog over here. What's up, Dog? What's up, Dog? Look at him. He's a dog, dude. That's a golden retriever right there if I ever see one. That's a dog right there. And I don't even know what to call him. Dog getting that stun onto Boomer with the Primal Earth Ellie. Gonna go for a Stormkeeper. Cloak of Shadows coming in for Boomer. And Dog actually sinking at least one of those lightning bolts right into Boomer. Wall comes in, trying to pre-wall this damage. Gonna be a full stun by Boomer. And Dog just gotta boop him out of there. Just swing his hips. Let the thunder strike. And Boomer is gonna hang out in the behind the pillar with that line of sight. If Boom can get lucky, let that Primal Earth Elemental stun him one more time, so you'll DR the next Lightning Lasso the dog might have. That could be good. Stun onto dog. Shortest stun in the world, though. That could be a lasso out of the shaman. Big Earth Shock onto Boomer. Into Lightning Lasso is doing some damage, but Boom didn't have a heal rolling ahead of time. Those Lightning Lassos are not a lot of damage anymore. They do a lot if you get a cooldown rolling. But without a cooldown, it's a decent stun with some damage. Gonna be Boomer. Glance a kick onto Dog as he's trying to get himself a kill going. That's gonna be massive meteor onto Boomer. They'll trick it out of for Dog. Does Boomer have anything? Try to get a heal going. Second concoction rolling. 50% damp, but is that gonna be enough? Vanishing out of there immediately. Dog trying to go for a healing surge. Does Boomer? Yeah, does have a dot on him. Gonna put him in a bad spot. Second sippy cup coming out for Boomer right now. Trying to see if he can catch himself a little bit of restart. Big Earth Shock to follow. Dog could go for a big Lightning Lasso right now, and I think that could be end to Boomer. Needs to get the pet attacking Boomer right now because I think does quite a bit of damage. No, does he find him? Pistol shot coming in for Boomer. Does land a stun on the dog. And gonna go for a regenerate and try to get as much healing as he can. No pet available to interrupt the big Earth Shock to put him in a bad place. Gonna go for that Sky Fury Totem. Lightning Lasso, trick it out for Boomer. Doesn't even want to find out if he gets crit. But the Lightning Lasso Stormkeeper trying to come out for Dog. Does Boomer have a kick? He does interrupt him as he's trying to get the Stormkeeper in there. Blood of the enemy for Boomer. Stun on the Dog. Does he have the big damage to follow? Knocking him way out. Grapple hook into him. Dog gonna pre-wall this damage, and Boomer is just still staying in there. Gouge onto Dog just to keep him at bay for a second. Looks like Boomer is gonna go behind the pillar. It's gonna be Dog trying to land a healing surge. Boomer doesn't have the kick ready for it. Capacitor Totem coming down. I think Boomer might just want to go for a full reset unless he has a Flame Shock rolling. At least both of these boys get a reset. 8 minutes in, 22% dampening rolling, and Boomer is still just giving this man a run for his money. Not going down without a good old fight. Looking all outlaw. Look at how piratey. Sky Fury Totem does come down. Does he kill the Sky Fury Totem? He does kill it, but it looked like it took a second for it to dissipate. More Crimson Boss. Boomer is setting up for a long haul game. Boomer down on Cloak, down on a Trinket. Has a Vanish, has Parry, but it's not going to be usable against NT-Dog at all. We'll see if maybe he can come back. 25% dampening. They'll open it up with an ambush, getting the calm points up and running. Try to see if he can maybe get the calm points rolling. Grapple hook into a full stun on the Dog, into a killing spree in case he does get knocked back. It's gonna land a Maledict onto Dog right now. Big Earth Shock coming out for Dog with a Lightning Lasso onto Boomer. Doing quite a bit of damage this time. That Lasso did quite a bit of work. Interrupting him on a Hex. Dog is gonna go for his Dwarven Rage to clean himself off of any dots and a defensive short stun for Boomer. He's landing a healing sword to blind on the Dog. Doesn't have a trinket and he's fairly low health. Maybe Boomer could have it here. Trying to get another concoction rolling too. Sap comes in. I don't think there's anything Dog can do out of this. Boomer needs to get himself a big opener though. Big opener where Dog, he does have a wall though, so he's gonna definitely pre-wall his damage ASAP. Stun comes in, doesn't get to pre-wall it. Boomer's trying to roundhouse him as fast as possible. Warlock Hellsing comes in for Dog, does wall and does Lightning Lasso on Boomer, forcing the Trinket out of the Rogue. Dog is gonna go for the Primal Elemental, gonna get interrupted on that Hex. Dog doesn't have a lot of health to work with, and that Elite couldn't even drop a Meteor onto Boomer's head. Next up is going to be Third, trying to make it hurt. He's actually just going to give him the auto duel. Third, why don't you have your Gnome Heritage Armor set, man? Maybe he just likes that set a lot. Maybe he just likes that Mog a lot. Boom versus Third. Let's see how well this is going to go for him. Third is playing Destro. Pretty sure. Could be Affy. He had to bubble it. Stuff awesome for me. He had to bubble it. Paladin's so OP. I don't know if Paladin's OP, boys. Come on. Going to be opener by Boomer onto Third. Stun off the bat, but it's actually getting hit with a conflagration in the opener. Boomer's trying to wait for that inevitable pet CC. Does land the pet CC as they come. That was such a good pet CC just now. He hit him with a Chaos Bolt into a pet CC immediately. Into a Fear, into another into another Chaos Bolt, and boom. Third is just fighting those moments where you can get a little bit of that Chaos Bolt action rolling. Gonna be a Boom. Gonna go for Blood of the Enemy with a Killing Spirit on 30. Trick inside of it. Shadow Fury trying to come out. Gonna be a Cloak for Boom. That's just one big defensive to deal with a Warlock, but it's still very, very low on health. And Third, he needs to go for the Eisman. He needs to find Boom. Boom needs to go for a bit of a heal. Regenerating coming out. Massive re-heal for Boom. Is going to be able to get his health back up. So at least he has the health to waste as the Chaos Bolts are going to be smacking him. This looks like the pet is walking over to where he's at. Did he send the pet over? He does send the pet over just to attack him, just to get him out of stealth. Who's going to hang out with the pet, just get comp points that he needs. That pet is going to be there to stop his opener with the CC chain. Third, at 42% dampening, not a lot of healing that he can really go for right now. It's really going to be one of those duels where it's going to really come down to who has the more health. And right now, Boomer definitely has that advantage. Third is looking to turn this around, trying to get a Chaos Bolt onto Boomer. Not going to happen as he gets interrupted. The pet Succubus CC is going to hold him in place. Third is going to drop down a massive Infernal onto Boomer. Does he get the Chaos Bolt in? Does go for a conflag. Boom is going to... is going to get a little bit of that grapple hook action, and they just still line of sight third for a moment. And it's going to be a full Infernal back there. Boom is going to pop a concoction, even getting a parry rolling for that Infernal, not to get hit by the auto attacks. Third is trying to find an angle to get a Chaos Bolt rolling. Boomer is trying to deny that as best as possible. Boom is definitely on the defensive for the duration of this Infernal. Maybe he'll even kill the Infernal before it's over, trying to get whatever damage he can. Drop it down to about half health. Third could take him out with a couple of cans, but looks like the Infernal either timed out or actually died to Boom as he just tunneled it. Going to be a stun onto third with a kills portfolio. Does the pet Succubus go for any kind of... Does he go for a seduction? He does not. It's going to be a horror effect to Boomer with a Chaos Bolt to follow. Calm flag to keep him in place. Another Chaos Bolt loaded up. Vanish coming in for Boomer. That's going to be always enough for third to turn this around. Good thing Boomer had the regeneration rolling. Sapping the pet so he can get an opener onto third. Conflag to separate these two for a second. And third is going to send one more Crucible of Flame at Boomer behind the pillar. Didn't even know that's what third is running. Could actually heal himself a little bit. I was going to be Cataclysm in one corner. The pet on the other. Boomer is going to need to go for a bit of a reopener here with the pet. Does land at least another Crimson Vial. It looks like is that the pet attacking through the wall? It looked like it was kind of was prepared to attack him through the wall. Maybe Boom could stab the pet before it goes into south. Maybe. Pet does go into south. I think that's exactly what Boom was waiting for. Let's see if he can tap it. But it's the socks, Boomer. He doesn't wear the socks, alright. Stun onto third right now. Could be a pet CC. Gonna be a cloak shot is by Boomer. Just so he can deny the pet CC. Gonna be a conflag by third. Actually, Boomer is gonna go for a bit of a grapple hook out. I kind of just swapped my camera to just about everybody. Shot a few around the corner. Third is again just trying to find that angle into Boomer. Stun onto third is going to trick it out of a conflag onto Boomer. Boomer has a vanish available very, very soon. Could vanish any moment. Going to be a Maddox sitting on Boomer right now. No healing available. Try to see if he can get a stun onto third. Might have to vanish this right now. Is going to vanish out of there. Boomer's just trying to poke at third as much as he can. Trying to get whatever damage he can get out. But it's kind of tough against the Warlock, honestly. Regenerate coming out for Boomer. Try to see if he can interrupt it. Not going to be able to. Boomer only got a few ticks in there, if anything. At 58%, 59% dampening, 60%. Basically, it's just so much healing, reduction, stun onto third. Blood of the enemy coming up. Boomer is going to trick it out of the pet seduction immediately into a Maledict onto Boomer. Chaos Bolt to follow. Does get a pre-feint rolling into a concoction. Sincerity coming out for third. Does have a Maledict rolling on himself too. Another Chaos Bolt trying to come out. Doesn't want to get kicked by Boomer. Dropping down that Infernal pretty quickly on. Getting kicked on that. Getting kicked on a Fury kill spree right now. And that's going to be final. Last Chaos Bolt gouge coming out. Boomer barely has any health. Has a dot rolling on him. That's going to be a massive, massive Infernal attacking him right now. That's a lot of damage. Does get himself a conflict rate or conflag. And that's going to be it. Boomer does go down to a Destro Warlock. Not a lot he can really do about it. Lilith is up next, cheap shotting third. Going to be seduction by the pet immediately, but that Infernal is going to break it. Trying to see if he can land a fear. Cloak of Shadow is getting forced out of Lilith, as Lilith is just trying to go for big damage to the third, as he does so wall up and running. Could maybe get a Chaos Bolt and maybe a bunch of fears onto Lilith. Dust can flag him out in the open into a horror effect. Lilith doesn't have a trinket anymore. They're actually going to be big damage right now. Big Chaos Bolt to come down. Going to be a stun by third. Maybe he can get a conflag. Going to be a vanish out of Lilith though, as he does break out of it, but no dots rolling on him is going to make it tough. The pet Succubus CC could maybe use seduction onto Lilith. Maybe shot coming out, seduction coming in. Maybe third has a chance here. Super low on health. Needs to get himself a setup. Not going to be able to land a full fear onto Lilith. Just might have to go for it anyway. And doesn't have enough for a Chaos Bolt. It has to go for Incinerate. Is going to go for Crucible Flame. Could have even tried to heal himself with it. Lilith's going to drop down Smoke Bomb. Try to deny any kind of more spells out of third. It is going to go long range out of there. That pet is not going to be able to connect with Lilith. So that's going to be a full reset by the Rogue. Maybe the Hellstone for third might help out a little bit. Cheap shot coming out. Chicken for third. Does get hit with a Garrote in the opener. They're going to be killed shot. I think he has anything left. And down he goes. Zachary is up next. Is going to land a stun into Lilith. Not a lot left. That's going to be easy execute by Zachary. Unless. Unless. There we go. It took a second. Took him a second. Who's up next? It's going to be either Jamie or Matux. Either one of these. I think it's gonna be Matuk's next. Nope, it looks like Jamie is up next as a red pally. Trying to see if he can make a quick work of a Fury Warrior right then and there. Is he gonna pop wings? He's just kind of messing with it. He's just jumping around. Zachary tried to get some damage rolling, try to get a best setup. Jamie getting hit with a stun. Is he even gonna pop a cooldown right now? He's kind of just trying to kite him around, it looks like. He's gonna get a shield advantage rolling. That shield is gonna pop. Wings coming out. Hodge onto Zachary. He trinkets out of it. Jamie might have to bop, or Bubble does get to bop. Does Zachary have any fire damage rolling? Any kind of magical damage rolling? Jamie just kind of trucking through Zachary and actually killing him up with barely any health. Oh my god. He got ballsy there for a second. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. I was thinking that was gonna be a trinket rogue here. So Jamie don't sock shame me. Alrighty, boys, that's gotta be the last one for the day. I gotta get some food. I gotta get some food in my system, man. I haven't eaten so far. I had lunch way earlier. You know how sometimes when you have lunch really early, you get hungry faster? That's basically my situation. I'm sad I played how I did. I probably should be arcane for that. I'll redeem myself tomorrow. Zach. See what sounds good, my man. Sounds good. No! Stay. What? I can't eat food? Chat. I gotta eat eventually. And I'm really hungry and I got pizza. Stay a while and listen. Who used to say that? Wasn't that a Hearthstone thing? Or is that was that old man from Diablo? You know what I mean? Almost Zachary. If you had any magic damage, dude, that would have been it. You get some food, buddy? Alright, Hydra, will do, my man. No food, never? Just starve myself? Alright, sounds good. If I had Crucible, he was dead, dude. It might be worth running Crucible, actually. It might actually be worth running. What are you running instead of Crucible? Did you go for Lucid? Because Lucid is really good for Fury as well. We're waiting 40 minutes? 40 minutes? What? Diablo Deckard Kane? Yeah. I played Diablo only a little bit with Matux. He showed me the ropes. The gods demand more entertainment. Eric, go to sleep. Come back in 12 hours. Come back 24 hours from now. Actually, it's like 22 hours from now. You'll get more entertainment then. 21 hours and actually almost 21 hours. He's been streaming for a while today, huh? That's why I had a ton of rampages. Yeah, that one's hard to figure out what's good for PvP with those essences. Even for Atlas, sometimes a struggle. Like Lucid, you would think is really good, but I feel like there's just so many, like, I don't even know, so much energy, and I feel like I can never get rid of it much. I love the passive. Now that I got it to level 55, I get a passive, and I'm probably gonna do Lucid for passive. And right now I've been doing Crucible. I kind of like it. It's just plain extra damage. I dig it. Also, why does Boomer on my screen show up as a troll instead of like a class? Literally, his thing just shows up as a troll, like, yeah, not a class. Everybody has like a spec, right? Demo, or a class, I guess. Yeah, but Boomer's like a class of his own, dude. I don't understand. Either way, thank you boys so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you everybody for beautiful donations. I appreciate you boys. I appreciate you. I tried blood in there plus killing speed. Is that alright, I guess? Yeah, it's not that bad, honestly. It's not that bad. Like, if every one of those killing speeds can crit, that's a lot of damage. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I'll see you over tomorrow for NA 5V5 1V1 DUELS, boys. Peace.
you can't stay here.